everyone. Oh, hey, Click. Wow, you're becoming a real regular. How is everyone? We're still waiting on Seth to show up, but I have a feeling something might have happened. So I'm not entirely sure if they're gonna show up. Let me just turn off chat so you guys can see the roles and stuff. How's everyone doing in call? Because I'm joined by the lovely Hexer DM.
Hello.
The lovely Glitter, who's also streaming.
Hey, I'm good.
And little baby Cody.
Whoa.
Hello. And our notorious artist, Notorious Nomad.
Hello,
Notorious
hello,
Nomad.
hello. Hello, you beautiful people.
Have I forgotten anyone? I hope not. Oh, Seth, yeah, no. And of course myself.
Yeah,
Because that's a given.
Yeah, we're sure that you're here. I'm doing great. I'm actually I'm currently in my car. Like, I know that pretty much all the time that I'm in here for games, I'm in a vehicle of some kind. I'm in my car because I'm finally home, but I'm in the middle of moving. So I'm in my car using my phone as a hotspot. And yeah, we're just raw dogging it.
Oh, wow.
You're
Rare.
really.
Nothing
I was gonna
nothing
say.
normal is with me.
Nah, I was about to say you really like to live life on the edge, don't you?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Live life edging and on the edge. Edging on the edge.
honestly,
That is it.
I get told, I don't understand how you, Matt, get to find things, the positive things in people being busy or being downsized or whatever. If anything, right now, it shows the amount of dedication you have. You're moving house and you're still showing up to play. Fucking
There's
my-
no excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
also,
Seth.
This is quite literally of you make time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Cody, in response to your witty banter.
No,
Oh my
thank you.
God.
Yeah.
Ah.
Is that it?
This is exactly why I'm
but
not
we-
allowed to die at all. I can't die because if I do, you guys will just summon me back and be like, "Oh, I've come back from the dead. What do you need from me?" And you're just like, "We're playing D&D." I'm like, "Oh, okay then. Yeah, sure."
Yeah,
He shows up,
get the seance, he shows up literally dead. Like the medium is they're like, what do you need? We have a forbidden task that we need to require our friend Hex to come back for. She summons in and it's like, we need you to DM.
Oh,
I mean,
There's no excuse.
as a wizard, just specialize in necromancy. If we
Or
had a
you-
cleeric,
Yeah,
he'd
there
just
you
be
go.
reincarnated or something.
yeah. Or you could,
Code.
or given his magic, you might actually delve into prolonged aging. So functional immortality.
Become
we have
a
monk.
chronomancy wizard.
Yeah. I'll just be a ghost, I guess. With glitter!
Yay!
Right. So you have two ghosts. And
Glimmer.
so you have two So let's see if I have this. We have two ghosts, an immortal monk, and a functionally aging wizard. What would that make Seth? What would that make Seth and Cody?
I mean, if we're talking characters, Ghost of the Ancestor. If it's just me, it's just me. I've been around for the Mesozoic, so.
So
I mean, if it's me personally, it's no matter where game is happening, I'm showing up in a car, in some kind of vehicle.
Cody
I just feel like
he calls from the trunk of the car.
you know what? You just reminded me of this manga where a repairman and craftsman actually got isekai'd. And he got isekai'd into a younger body, and he is just literally building weapons of mass destruction in a fantasy world. That would be you.
Oh my god, yeah, that would absolutely be me. It's like, okay, they got their biggest warrior. Okay, well, tell that to my fucking
Oh, I got a
spear. Like,
cannon.
oh well, I can take a spear, and it's literally just like a rocket launcher spear.
You know, the funny thing is,
Oh.
the other one of the members of the party. Initially she had a staff that she used for healing, but then it was a gun for both defense and offense and healing bullets. So I know
Shit, if we ever play Cyberpunk, we need to let Cody be the pilot or the driver, because then it's like thematic.
Yeah,
Because he's always calling from a car.
And then I'm just gonna be holding my seatbelt.
Oh my god, I would want to be like. Can we do something with like Trauma Team? I'm so upset that they didn't do anything with Trauma Team except in the beginning of Cyberpunk.
I'm gonna be just holding onto the car for dear life and just being like in the name of the Father and the Son while holding onto the car like.
Hey, now hold on a
Oh,
minute.
Lord.
I'm an excellent driver.
Yeah, you say that, and you say that now.
I mean, he
And
is
then
a
when
truck
we're running
driver.
from-
Look,
That's fine.
if I can manage to drive, drive a full semi, and those things a lot just by the vibration. But if I'm
You're
able
gonna
to drive
with
that
a semi?
and not hold on a minute, and not spill the cup of hot chocolate that doesn't have a lid. I could drive. You will be just fine. You won't even know I'm driving, but it'll be fast and it'll be smooth.
Okay, so if we get the hover car, so if I ever build a hover car, I have to beg you not to break it after one go.
I'm
Or I
not going to say no, but I'm also not going to say yes.
I rest my case.
That's a solid maybe. I like it.
Okay,
It's
so
a solid
basically, expect the hover car to have damage. Got it. And I'm like, this was not designed.
No, but what's so wild is like, of course, I ham it up when I'm playing fucking Zomboid and also the fucking lag. But it's like, my parents thought that I would be like, because I was a skateboarder, like I rode ranger scooters, all that shit. When I started driving, my entire family was like, oh, he's gonna start driving. That's gonna be it. I'm like, and then that turned out to be my brother, who is a terrible, terrible driver. And I'm the one that's the good driver. I'm like, just because I'm fucking radical as hell does not mean I'm a bad driver.
Honestly,
yeah, you said. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say.
I'm radical as hell behind the wheel because I'm a great driver.
You say radical, and I just imagine like just this guy with just like big green glasses, a skateboard, hat turned around on his head.
Rad.
nice and
very
red. Radical man.
so very extreme 90s. So
Yeah,
very extreme 90s.
extreme 90s. Yes,
And then we
very extreme 90s.
Now
Oh,
all you'll need now is just a pair of grind shoes, and then they'll be playing from Sonic Adventure. Too cool. Be cool. Be groovy.
You disgusting, uncultured.
I know what they are. I just wanted to see if you knew them, and thank you for proving my point.
Yeah. Out.
So, you guys want me to pull us in, or are we still waiting on
Yeah.
Cody? Sorry, not Cody. Seth.
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 Savvy!
Where is the barbarian?
I have
The
no idea.
barbarian.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
uh,
I was just gonna say, I think Glitter could fulfill the role. I'm sure, like, dude, Glitter's built to be a barbarian if you think about it.
No,
Am
Yeah, no,
I don't think so.
look how skinny she is.
Considering the punishment that she took from the hobgoblin that I've heard about,
Oh, for
I'm
God's
pretty sure
sake.
that she'll be all right.
There's
She
a difference. Listen, There's a difference between Mortal Kombat and the bedroom and bashing. They are not the same.
Haven't you heard of the phrase? Like it's all fair in love and war. That means they're basically the same thing.
I mean,
The way
it wasn't as
Technically-
much a punishment as it was just like, a good time.
Look,
Yeah.
listen. There's intimacy in combat and there's intimacy in bedroom. It's not the same.
I guarantee the hobgoblins don't think of it like that at all. There is
Listen,
no difference.
look, hobgoblins, orcs. That's a whole different story. But I'm just looking at this big man. I'm looking at her. I'm like, you gonna break your back.
Don't worry about me.
I mean, did I end up having to, relocate some of my bones? Yes. Am I feeling achy? Yes. Am I bloody? Yes.
Oh, God.
Will I go again? Yes.
You are either very brave or very insane.
Both.
It's
Yes. Little column A, little column B.
the pie chart.
See, now I'm just visual. I'm just
fun in blue.
Now I'm just visualizing both Cody and Glitter, respectively, and you just hear the Lonely Island and Akon going, "I just had sex, and it felt so
Jesus.
good." And it's
so good.
just see Cody in a full body cast, and he's like, "I regret nothing." He just sees him really in a wheelchair, and I'm like,
Yeah, he's in the
It's
full
like only
body.
his thumb.
His hands
Like
forward.
Elias is free.
Just kind of
Yes.
just lift up the thumb. He got the whole
Yeah.
neck brace and everything.
yeah, and I'm just looking at you two, and I'm just face palming like, "Oh, for the love of the gods in the heavens."
Just give me an adrenaline shot. I'll be right as rain.
I think you've had enough fun cardio for one night.
You still get to decide whether or not you have snooze now.
Let me
Arvad.
let me deal with my alcoholism and then maybe I'll entertain that idea.
Actually, she's got a
There was
point.
plenty of alcohol.
Yeah, actually, Maddie, you have a point. I'm gonna actually talk to Nomad, or sorry, Arvad. So you weren't here last session, but to give a brief recap and kind of like head into the game of D&D with you guys, where last we left off, the the party, all of you have decided to stick around for the moment, waiting till sundown for when the victory party would occur for this group of orcs. You were all invited as guests of honor. You were all sat, however briefly, over at a table set up in front of his big chair that he now sits on, to essentially, eat a grand feast in front of you, and then all of you kind of like scattered to your own devices to do your own things. Where I believe Foster went at first to take care of his own business and just not really partake in the festivities going on around you, which by the way, what is considered an orc victory party, you see it's a lot of drinking, eating, and especially fornicating, and you see of course a lot of these individuals not really caring who views this. It seems like it's a very almost public and intimidating display, and everybody here happens to be in different stages of that process of both eating, drinking, and fornicating. So with you kind of sat at the moment, Arvad at the table, and let's see, Foster having walked off, Madeline having stayed here for a little bit, Zerulia as
2
well.
hours.
Yeah. I just wanted to kind of understand, where would Arvad go, or what would you want to do during all this festivities?
Yeah, I'm just going to take the nice pint of ale I have and go, preferably meditate by a tree. eat because clearly there's a little too. This party's a bit too wild for my taste.
I mean, there's not really any nearby trees. You feel like a lot of them might have been like already cut down or cleared off to make room for this.
Yeah, and it was
Pseudo
like in a
work-
wasteland, kind of.
Ah,
Well, I wouldn't say wasteland. It's more just like a very hilly, what's the word I'm looking for? Grassland. But
Yeah.
for all intents and purposes, especially with a lot of the shrubbery and a lot of the plant work, and a lot of the trees kind of like uprooted, it does feel kind of like just nothing but like, orange, yellowish grass around here.
okay. So how steep are the hills? Out of curiosity.
They vary. Like, I think the closest, like, the reason why they set up camp here is because it seems to be like a bit of it happens to be the tallest hill within the immediate vicinity, and there are like there's a few rolling hills here and there. So probably the next closest one would probably be about, I would probably say 1,000 feet away about.
Hmm. Okay, I'm just gonna just take maybe just like take maybe 50 to 100 feet each small walk to gather some of my thoughts and reflect on my near-death experience from drowning and alcoholism. And also take a moment to also admire the craftsmanship of my new gourd.
Fair.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, since the old one was swallowed up by the sea.
Oh.
Yeah, so many
Oh,
good memories.
by the
with
way,
that
if you're
gourd.
looking for Dusk, apparently he was eating popcorn, watching Zerulia get bent over.
now he left before all that. He went to go.
Uh-huh. He did
Oh,
joke
right.
about it.
Oh, that poor boy.
But anyways,
What is this thing you're doing? I was like,
So- Arvad. So just to let you know, a few women and orc men do kind of accost you as you're kind of like before you make it to a nice quieter portion of the camp, or where you go about your walk. You do, before you leave, they do kind of accost you one after the other, saying, inviting you for a festive fornication. Before inevitably, I'm assuming you're going to turn them down, correct? Or am I misreading that?
Yes, I'm turning them down because this looks like too many. It looks like too much of a sausage party with too much ham going on, and I think I'm good for now. Plus, I don't
you'll
want.
get mistaken.
Well, that and I also don't want to wake up with somebody poking me somewhere where it shouldn't be.
Oh.
So you usually find yourself in, after you beat off these would-be fornicators.
Phrasing.
No.
Excellent phrasing.
No, just
I know what I said.
warding them off, and then just going to.
I regret nothing.
Of course you don't.
Oh.
So you find yourself in a quiet clearing, a little bit away from camp, not that far, about, I would say 50 feet away from at least the closest tent. And you feel that as you kind of look up at the stars and you take a brief swig from your, what was it, Foster approved gourd, it is still relatively loud because the festivities aren't by any stretch of the imagination quiet. So you still hear it, but for now, at least out here, away from the warmth of the fires and the partying of the individuals of this camp, it is relatively nice and peaceful out here.
Yeah. And I'm just reflecting on everything that has happened, where it's just like, okay, to recap, I fought alongside this young barbarian entered a party where I followed a swarm of birds, then proceeded to plan to fight a whole small army of orcs. Proceeded to fight 3 orcs, nearly get killed, fight more orcs, almost get blown to smithereens, and nearly drowned. And I'm celebrating with, and then celebrating with those orcs again. While they're doing things that I'm pretty sure I would have to go back to the monastery and retrain just to forget.
Wait, you're that kind of monk?
No, I'm not celibate. But I'm seeing some of the things some of these orcs girls are doing. I'm like, is that even possible?
I think it's illegal in like 3 states, personally.
Oh, darn it.
Look, the body doesn't bend that way if you don't break the bone, but if you do,
Oh, that poor.
Can you even say you were having great sex if you didn't break a bone or two? That's how they determine it.
Like Klingons.
I'm just wondering the tales of what they'll tell their offspring. And that, son, is how I met your mother. Yeah.
So, with you quietly contemplating out here, Nomad, I'm just curious. Is there anything overall you would like to accomplish at the moment, or are you, because I have no problem moving the day ahead and kind of narrating the aftermath of the party, but I do want to know if there's anything in particular you'd like to accomplish before your character does go to bed.
Nothing off the top of my head. Although I do wonder how my other party mates are doing, and I'm just thinking about that, and then reflecting on past memories while just looking at the flask.
Brief jump cut to glitter. Bow, chicka, bow, wow. All right, bad jump cutting over to the Madeline talking to Foster quietly. Nothing going on there. And then and then Dusk. I think he went home early, if I remember. He went home to his tent early and just kind of like laid down in bed and just decided to push the day forward after being also accosted by a bunch of orcish women and men.
Oh, that poor boy.
He's like, leave me alone. Oh, sensory overload.
Now I'm just very curious to see. What happens the next morning. Now.
All right. So.
And whose wedding?
The next
morning.
Oh.
All right. So unless somebody has something to tell me, I'm gonna go ahead and push us to next morning. All right.
I got nothing.
Let's see. I'm gonna start with Arvad. Arvad, you specifically, you do wake up in the quiet enclosure of your tent. For you did drink last night, but not to the point of inebriation and the losing of sensory senses of yours. Yes. You wake up, and it is a new day. Let's see. Not to move. I'm just gonna briefly, go over everybody here. What was it? Zerulia. You remember snippets and pieces of last night, for you did enjoy quite a bit of drink, and you definitely got into the spirit of the festivities of yesterday.
Hell yeah.
You still remember your coupling with Richter, and you did wake up inside your tent. You look around you a little bit groggily, and it seems to be quiet for now at the very least. And you do notice though that there does appear to be a dagger that has been laid next to you though. Would you like to look at it or pull it to yourself and see what it is?
Yeah, I would like to investigate the dagger.
Okay. You go ahead and briefly kind of pull it closer to yourself, and bleary eyes starting to focus up. You begin to see that this dagger appears to be fully made out of bone or something. You're not necessarily sure with some feather effects like around where the hilt would be.
Ooh.
And yeah, you're other than that, there's not. It doesn't appear to be magical in any way, shape, or form. Even if as you kind of like twist it around in your fingers, it you're not sure what this is, other than just a bone dagger, kind of like set in front of you.
I think. We all
Would
know
you
where
mind?
that came
Would you mind rolling me a brief? Let's call it a history check, yeah.
Alrighty. History. Oh, I love these odds.
You love those odds.
You briefly search your your alcoholic addled mind a little bit.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
exactly. That's what it sounds like. You remember that you don't necessarily know the meaning behind it, but you do know that Richter last night when he was and now more memories starting to show up, and you're beginning to remember he's the one who kind of carried you bridal style here into the tent, so that way you
Aw.
could sleep all right.
Aw.
And he gave you the dagger. Past that, you have no idea what that means.
Oh, I think we can. I think we all have a pretty good idea.
Then we
You're
married
a
now.
dead man.
Everyone's minds are in the gutter. Anyway.
Not
Marriage.
Not. No, I'm just thinking. Hey, date next week. But
Aww.
Yeah, same time next month.
oh god.
All right, but let's see. Foster, Matilda, did you guys spend the night together, or did you guys go into your own separate tents? I am curious.
I arise from our mutual tent and yawn, stretching myself.
We never
Like,
know.
oh, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Foster is still like after she moved. For once, finally in the morning, he's not in his marshmallow blanket. Marshmallow, sleeping bag, and he's like laid out on his cot, just like his eyes are like actually just like white, and he's exhausted.
Oof.
My.
When you die and become Gandalf the White.
Yeah.
I just go like, rough night, huh? Nah, stretching.
I
I
look
don't
up
know. You were. I think so. You were there.
I just look.
It's talking to Arvad.
I'm just looking at this. I'm just looking at this and like, not too rough. I trust you slept well.
I kind of like overslept a little bit.
Where's the little rascal?
Foster,
At that
he's
moment, Foster kind of like he comes out of the tent. He has bags on his bags.
Ooh.
And he's like holding the tent flap open, and he's just like in just these black like trousers, and he's like reaching out, saying water.
It's like, gee, just like, geez, what happened? Geez, what happened to you?
I was
yeah, you
attacked
might
by
want to
a
take it easy.
beast.
Attacked by what?
I was attacked by a beast.
What kind of horrible beast could do this to you? And how do we not know about this?
I loudly yawn out. Like,
And
Wait. I just look up.
I hope next campsite I get attacked by the beast again. He says
What?
as he finally grabs his bag and like flips open the lid, and he doesn't even like. He like it's like a closed container. He doesn't. He just takes the full lid off and pours it on his face. Some of it getting in his mouth.
I just look at her. I just look at Matilda with just the with just the stink eye, be like,
Really, woman?
I'm like, I'm just like, you just couldn't help yourself, could you?
What?
I'm not even gonna.
What's wrong?
Never mind.
He asked me. It's not my fault if a blueberry turned into a raisin.
Oh my god.
Woman, have you seen yourself? It's a miracle the boy is still alive.
I just
Hey,
saw-
don't you talk to her like that in that manner. He says and he tries to come up, and it's like he wants
He
to like
passing
throw
out
his
like,
fist at he like
Last-
throws his fist at Arvad, and like Arvad like depth perception 0, so he's like a whole foot away from him.
Foster,
Just
Foster resembles like the aftermath of a vampire attack.
Yeah, I just look at it. It's just like, Foster, please, go back to sleep.
I will
Listen, he
lay
was
here
ve-
on this ground and regain my dignity.
What
Listen,
dignity?
he was very adamant, okay?
And yet you encouraged him.
I didn't encourage him. I just told him to strap in.
Just fist palms. Oh God.
I come out of
Look,
my
that's
tent.
not you right now.
Ooh. Zerulia steps out of her tent.
I come out of my tent and I'm holding the
Oh.
dagger. I come up to Matilda. Matilda, what does it mean when a guy gives you a dagger before he leaves? I don't really remember last night
Oh.
very well.
Yeah, well, that depends. Who gave you the dagger, huh?
Richter.
Oh, is that your new boyfriend, huh? Oh, what happened? Did you, like, hold hands and look at the stars together?
Well, we kind of skipped that part.
Let me guess.
right. You left dinner a little bit early.
Let me
Everyone
guess.
left dinner a little bit early.
Let me
There was-
guess.
There was
You-
definitely holding, and there were hands involved, and someone saw stars.
Yeah, what he said.
So let me guess. You two had a little too much of the party mix and decided I had to do some fun cardio. I'm assuming.
Yeah, let's put it that way.
I just give you my flask of, like, whatever fruity drink I have. It'll, like, alright, good. I wasn't expecting that.
Cheers.
I'm
I'll take a
impressed.
drink.
I just look at the three of you. I'm just like, you all are animals.
I am actively blushing.
Okay. Arvad, next time I'm getting you a girlfriend, okay? One that can bear hug you into submission.
She can try.
Or turn you into a raisin.
That's the spirit.
apparently.
She can try. She can try. Just don't mistake my alcoholism for a lack of skill. If anything, you should be more.
Honey.
If anything, I should be more concerned, and you should be more concerned for the poor girl that ends up with me.
The spirit. That's the spirit.
That's the spirit.
Cheers.
Foster is still like just down face first in the dirt.
Just
Just-
kind of not even looking directly at him, just kind of lean over and cast healing hands.
Because he technically didn't suffer any actual. Well, I mean, sorry, I'm trying to think about this. He didn't technically suffer any physical damage. Like most of his trauma is technically emotional. So
I
I mean,
some milk and a sandwich.
pretty much, yeah.
There must have been one unemotional turnaround.
Like a brick wall.
Yeah. You saying
yeah.
you came in and everything just came tumbling down.
So as he like gets the healing hands, he like turns over on his back and says, "Well, what's next?"
Good question.
Well, she did ask me about the dagger. Would I know? Because in your specific world, like,
I'll say for those who are proficient in history, I only gave the history check to Zerulia because I don't know what you two might have talked about, and like I said, brain out of mind. I don't know what might have happened, but for those who are proficient in history, you guys could certainly roll to see what a dagger being given by an individual from an orc tribe would mean.
All right.
Might I use insight because it's specifically an action done by a person, like a gesture
Okay,
or
I got a
meaning.
25. 25 for history.
Okay, I'll get to you in a second. I'm trying to think. Unfortunately, because Inside More has to relate with the disposition of another. Like if it, like you have to if you saw him give her the dagger, I would say yes. But since you technically didn't, and you just see the aftermath of somebody holding onto it, I unfortunately can't give it to you.
Okay, fair enough. I'll use history. It's got a -1. Oh, natural 20!
Oh, nice.
Oh, that is good to roll.
Nice. So, and you said 25, correct, Foster?
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. So the both of you fairly know what this means. It doesn't take too much to understand that this is a gift as an intent for what's the word I'm looking for here? It essentially just means that there is a fondness between him and the other individual, and that even if there is no real word for relationship necessarily in the Orcish language, you both know that this is as close to a promise made between two individuals. There is no marriages in Orc culture. There are no boyfriend-girlfriend kind of relationships in Orc culture, but there is fondness in Orc culture and trust, and this is a showcase of that.
Aww.
Okay.
So,
Well, there you know.
Foster would chime in and say, I think that's his calling card to say that he wants to see you again.
So basically, he likes you.
Yeah.
I just hook my arm around her neck and go like, ah.
Thank you, Matilda.
So what impressed someone?
I'm just like, well, oh.
Richter, if he could speak, is like, she could really take a pounding.
Oh, just
She
Richter.
just would not break.
I'm just going, like, if I could speak Orcish, I would just go to Richter and be like, so you and Zerulia, there's just like, huh? It's like, yes, I'm quite fond of her, among other things. It's just like, looks away. I mean, you're not wrong.
Richter just say, I've seen metal shields more flimsy than her.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got
Feelings
that
don't
iron
work,
grippy.
Good
Yeah,
lord.
so, see, now I'm just wondering,
Ah.
if she's this confident and this is fearless when she's drunk, imagine Richter sober. It's just, Richter's probably like, oh no.
Oh, her again. Oh god, my lords.
Just like, my body is ready. Take me now.
Alright. All joking aside, Foster did ask all of you a question. What next? It's up to you guys. Like, I mean, you technically have no more obligation to this Orc tribe, and I mean, it's just the question of where would you guys like to go? Would you guys like to go back to Beer's End? Would you guys like to party hardy for another few days here?
Yeah,
Correct
me if I'm wrong.
but
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we also have some? Weren't we supposed to get a message from Beer's End?
we were supposed to go to Henry Falk?
Yeah.
Ekram, but yeah.
Ekram Falk, sorry. Henry, whatever fuck right.
I was wondering who's
Um,
Henry.
Yeah, I was about to say Henry.
We were supposed to, because I was gonna go to Tark and maybe collect like a ascending stone, because his tribe is fucking off now to the north.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to desperately establish like this positive relationship between these people and this land, so that they're like, oh, I want to go raiding. Oh, well, not those guys. We like those guys.
And
And
I
maybe-
also have to
yeah.
get back to the city and deliver my message that we've taken care of the problem.
Yeah, that's
With
true.
gunpowder.
And I'm bringing them proof by having this orcish axe.
Ah,
You were gonna give it to Dusk?
I'm not giving it away. I'm
Weird.
just bringing them proof.
Oh, you're just showing it, yeah.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you've had a bit of time to, like, try and figure out what that thing is. Did you ever figure out what it is?
Yeah, so I'll say that before I got to my night of getting every bone in my body pressure tested,
tell
I
this.
would have, taken that, the 2 hours that she was out to examine the axe.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Would you like me to roll Arcana?
Give me a second. Let me pull up this first.
I know my avatar looks weird right now, chat. Don't worry.
Oof.
I know.
She's doing the bow chicka wow wow.
You wouldn't have to have identifier or anything on you, would you, Foster?
Um,
I'm only asking because that could also identify, that could also look it over for you if you want, but if you want to do Arcana, I can certainly do that too.
no, I don't have identify, but I am an artificer, so I should, be fine.
Yeah, since you're an artificer, I'll say, for the sake of brevity, you don't necessarily need to roll for this. It does take you a while, but, you know what? I will have you roll for Arcana, actually, but...
Okay, then it's gonna be another 25.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, then, it was only to check for something, because, one of the easiest ways to check what an item can do is when you attune to it. Thankfully, you're not foolish enough to do that with an unknown item in front of you. So, speaking...
He's not.
That's what the Arcana check was for, to see if you would just try to attune to it, so that way you're like, I'm gonna not waste that much time. You do your due diligence, Foster, and you immediately begin to understand as you kind of look this weapon over. It does appear to be an obsidian great axe with red runes. That the red runes themselves appear to be dull when not in use, and with both axe heads, there does appear to be two missing divots in the weapon itself. One in the shape of an elliptical circle, running around the center of the axe metal, and the other shape, the shape of an elongated diamond, a few centimeters down the haft of the weapon, where the blade meets the wood.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that this weapon. You begin to understand that this weapon's called Ichor Spring, and because you rolled so high on that Arcana check, you know this is a weapon in a series of magical weapons and items made specifically showcasing the seasons. And Ichor Spring happens to be representative of spring and made by... I'm trying to remember which god it was. I have to keep reading my notes. Oh, give me a second. Let me pull these up real quick. Why did you put that in lore? Okay.
Which one?
Your image, like you put it in the lore chat. Like, why is that lore? All right,
it's true.
Oh, because we've just been putting the memes in there.
Okay, and yeah, this is made.
Lore.
This is for Ichor Spring. It was made by the worshippers of Baal. Let me see. And you know as well that this weapon is in fact a curse weapon. The curse specifically states if you should attempt to use another weapon in combat for every attempt you make other than to use this weapon, you would have to make a DC 15 con saving throw or lose 1d6 force damage every time.
Oh.
But you do know the effect is this is a 1d12 plus 2 great axe plus 1, not plus 3, plus 1, and every let's see, let me read these notes further. I had these somewhere. And half the damage you deal with this weapon, you manage to regain in HP back.
Ah.
Yeah, so pretty much if you do half, so essentially as an example, if you do like the full 12 damage plus your strength modifier, you'll get half of that back in HP back to you.
Okay, so if you do 10 damage, you get back 5.
Yeah, or 12, you get 6, etc., etc. Essentially, it's a small. You can tell this is a very special
Weapon of vampirism.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a weapon of
Ow.
vampirism.
Life stealing.
So basically,
As you ask about the weapon, he kind of like lifts. He finally sits up and says, "Oh right, it's a weapon of vampirism. It's cursed, but
It is cursed.
yes, it is very cursed. I mean, look at it. But
I mean, just because it looks a bit dangerous doesn't mean it's cursed.
it
don't know.
almost certainly always is cursed. It's the things that don't look like they're cursed that you need to worry about.
yeah, I don't know. This weapon looks when this weapon was being used, it looked like the previous user was possessed.
Well,
Did
in
we also
any
figure
case,
out?
it's not horribly cursed. It just makes you use that weapon again and again,
Yeah.
or it'll hurt you if you try to use something else. So, be
Did we
that
also
as
figured
it
out
may.
if this was a weapon that one woman gave the orcs, or was this always part of the orc society?
Am I able to history check the weapon?
You may certainly do so. What are you exactly looking for with the history check, though? Just so I know if that should be the
Trying
role.
to see its craftsmanship. Its origin of craftsmanship.
Yeah, it would if you're looking for where this might have been forged, because like I already gave you a little bit of its history. Like I said, it is part of a series of weapons that represent the seasons. It's just a question of who made this one, because it seemed to have been like a challenge by the gods to. Point being, yes, you could roll a history check if you want to know a little bit more about the history of this weapon and the history of maybe the other weapons.
Well, the idea is more so finding out if this was a gift from a person that wasn't an orc, or if this is orcish made.
Oh, and then yeah, sorry, I could easily tell you that without the roll necessarily. You know that this weapon is not orcish in nature. That this was it was definitely probably a gift. And if you remember correctly from the fighting that was occurring, and this goes to the rest of you as well, Tarek did mention that this was a weapon that wasn't part of their inventory to begin with. That this was a filthy weapon given in promise. That this is not something. What was it? Not Tarek, but I'm trying to remember the previous orc's name. Give me a second while I read my notes. Let's see. What was his name? Grishtalk. Yeah, this is Grishtalk. Grishtalk. This was not originally part of Grishtalk's inventory.
Yeah.
Also,
So that one bitch is behind it. I bet.
that wouldn't be that much of a surprise, since he seems to be the architect of all this chaos.
Definitely.
And speaking
Good
of
craftsmanship, though.
speaking of chaos, look who's also decided to join us.
Hey, Seth.
Hi, Seth.
How's my favorite British boy?
I'm alright.
Our dear Darthvarian has awakened, just in time.
Yeah, you won't believe it. There's so many discarded balloons on the beach today. I don't really.
Must have been some night with those orc girls.
Oh my god.
What's funnier is that he assumes they use condoms.
Rubbers.
Must have been a very interesting night with those orc girls, eh?
Not for me, unless you're.
Last time I heard, you were eating popcorn, good sir, while having the show.
It was my salad, and I was eating it when Zaruli hit the table.
Oh,
It's
God.
getting
No.
Oh no! Oh. What?
Yes, the salad wasn't the only thing getting tossed that night.
No.
No,
Oh,
you were in a tent.
oh
No,
my.
sorry, I'm sorry for being late. I'm here now, and I'll just catch up.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yay.
Good to hear.
TLDR.
Whoever's the owner of the white sedan, you left your lights on.
Okay.
The
Okay.
fuck was
All
that?
right.
Was that Patrick?
That's
Was that
Patrick.
Patrick?
Patrick.
So,
I was
TLDR.
hoping for
Oh, but
so I was hoping for the trumpet sounds after, but you know.
is mayonnaise an instrument? But
Mayonnaise is not an instrument.
to catch you up there, Seth, TLDR. It's literally the morning after the party of the first night, and it's just a matter of you all waking up and you. I'm trying to think of what to exactly TLDR for you. Essentially, you guys are finding out about the origins, a little bit about the weapon that was given to initially Grish Talk, and now is in your possession. It appears to be a cursed weapon of some sort, one in a series of weapons and items that represent the seasons.
And this
Okay,
one
got it.
season was which season exactly?
Spring.
Spring. It's in the
Oh,
title.
Spring, okay.
Icar Spring. That's the name of the game. Or sorry, name of the
Oh.
weapon.
I getcha.
Cool. Alright, cool. We have just all woken up, right?
I stepped out of my tent and Foster's tent.
I came out of it.
Went from grape to raisin,
Yeah.
and Arvad is like, everyone had sex.
It's not even.
Yeah.
It's not an issue of everyone just having sex. It's more of an issue of you having sex that needs you requiring medical attention.
I mean,
It's
not
cool.
me.
I'm a licensed medic, licensed first aid.
Yeah, we have
See,
Zerulia.
Yeah, see, I think she out of all of the three of you, you're probably fine. I can't speak for Foster though. I'm legitimately
It's what he
concerned one day.
wanted. It's what he wanted.
But at what cost?
One broken pelvis for in exchange for a heavenly night. Like, wouldn't you do it?
He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Pops the bone back into place.
Yeah. I'm just imagining just like if this, I'm just imagining things where it's just like someone's either someone's either like something, breaking something, or another person is in the coffin with the biggest smile on their face, and they're just like, how did this happen? And then the last person they were with was crying, I killed him, I'm so sorry, forgive me.
Hey, at least Zerulia was like, you have good hips. We should do this again. Here's a dagger.
Yeah, I did it so good. I got a dagger out of it.
Well, I certainly hope you're ready for whatever. I certainly hope you're ready for Eddie to explain this to whatever offspring you sire.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because last I checked, when orcs or hobgoblins get down, they get down and get busy.
Speaking of which, Glitter, roll the D100, please.
No. Dusk, your surrogate mama has a new boyfriend. How do you feel?
Anxious about this.
Ooh. Don't worry, we'll take care of it. I've been through this myself several times.
My question is, is Richter going to be a good father? Because should take responsibility for siring children.
Likely not.
So I'm gonna step in as your DM and just say, I'm gonna make a lot of assumptions that no one wants to roleplay 9 months worth of pregnancy unless they tell me otherwise. So since I'm guessing that might kill some adventuring parties, there are and usually are effective contraceptive methods for essentially Plan Bs out there in the form of a tea. It tastes awful. And your body will feel like it wants to kill itself, but hey, you won't. I'll say for the sake and brevity of this, you won't get pregnant. All right.
All right, I'd go ahead and set out to make that fucking tea then.
Yeah.
Also, on the question of not role playing 9 months, okay? You'd be surprised. I'm stubborn.
He is. He's very stubborn.
I didn't know you wanted to roleplay 9 months of your pregnancy. There's
No,
Dusk.
that's not the reason.
Hey, look.
No,
Hey, look.
That's
Hey.
Seth's backup character.
a 9-month pregnant adventure. Nice.
Yeah, Zerulia's
Oh, God.
Zerulia's son.
No. It's like a horror crocs or something.
Oh.
I can just see the delivery move. They're just like, push! You have no idea what I'm going through! It's just somebody gets strangled, he's like, you did this to me, you monster!
She speaks in Orcish. I can't understand what she's saying.
Scribbles down furiously.
She's basically cursing you out for putting this little monster inside of her and putting through all this pain.
Yeah. She's
Then
so
when you see
angry
the
and
baby-
aggressive.
Eldritch
I've
Blast.
never been more attracted to her.
Then
So
you
I just
see-
imagine looking outside the hospital and then all of a sudden the window blows out with an eldritch blast.
And then you just see Seth just saying like, the baby's coming out, you just see the baby coming out, he's like, ah! He just falls down.
Okay. So with all this in mind, I always assumed that because it's probably important that adventurers don't really get pregnant. I'm pretty sure half of the party, especially more the female half, has the tea on them. It takes you about an hour to make, but relatively easy to do so. It doesn't require a roll. I'll just say you have it on you. You make it. You won't have to worry, okay? Zerulia, or you Matilda for that matter, unless you guys choose not to take the tea. Point being,
Yeah,
for
that's
now, no worries on that.
I mean, I'm
I
old.
hate-
I've had kids.
Yeah.
I love how he says for now, and she's fine with it. And then of course
In the
Zerulia is
sense
very
that,
silent.
like, at my age, having kids, it'd be a miracle.
I don't know. I've seen some miracles.
Not impossible. You are at that age where it's no
Possible, yes.
longer. Yeah, that point being up to you, but I would probably still take it just to be on the safe side.
Fine.
The the good old biological clock.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
So I suppose we're heading back to town now.
that's what I'm assuming too, since
Yeah.
But I want to go see Richter one more time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you guys.
I just want to, just for inventory's sake, want to collect Ascending Stone from Tarek, just to keep like an open line thing, right? That's
right.
it. But I'm fully with you guys. We should head back.
Okay.
Okay. So, Zerulia and Matilda. Zerulia, you're gonna go try to find Richter, and I'm guessing Matilda, you're gonna go try to find Tarek, right?
Probably likely just in his tent, right?
That's a pretty good assumption to make, yeah. Especially since it's early in the morning. Alright, so Matilda, you're heading to the tent. And Zerulia, are you gonna follow along, or where are you thinking of going to search for your red boy?
Do I know where his tent is? I can't remember.
I would say you unfortunately don't, because it never really came up in conversation.
Okay, so
Damn,
I'm gonna
that
go
walk of
with
shame was bad, huh?
I was bridal carried, thank you.
Yeah, she was bridal carried. She was bridal carried. Woke up with a promised knife.
Yeah,
And-
clean going in.
Yeah,
Just
and-
Zerulia going out.
It was beautiful. Anyway,
It-
yeah, I will go with Matilda so I can ask Tarek.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just
they're blood
wondering.
brothers, like he should know.
Yeah, they're shield friends.
I'm just wondering if there's craters in the ground on the opposing tents.
Oh god. Holes in the tent. Okay, well, yeah, I'll gladly just take you around the place.
All right, so the both of you begin to meander over to the tent, obviously towards more the pinnacle of where this hill kind of ends up. You make your way up, and you see it there. Matilda, I'm guessing you're just gonna peek through the tent and just call out to see if he's awake.
Like, I mean, I ask his likely, you know, his men in front of the tent, like, oh, is Ian? Is this a bad time?
They kind of like not. They shake their head, and then one of them does actually pull the curtain. The curtain. The some of the tent flap over to
Flap
the
of the
side to
tent?
let.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, hell yeah!
And
Yeah,
as
I
you're
just go in.
with the both of you kind of like trailing in, you do see what appears to be two female forms of orc in the cot. In his cot, what appears to be just sleeping at the moment, while Tarek, half naked from the waist up, speaks with what appears to be his. Funny enough, the person that you're interested in, Zerulia, Richter. They do appear to be kind of like talking over the war table at the moment, while the two women kind of like sleep in in the cot, like not that far from the table itself. They kind of turn to you as you're both. Oh, give me a second.
This sounded like a cat.
Someone has a cat.
Kitty.
No, I don't know. I know Cody has cats.
Oh,
My
that I
heart's
know.
Freaking out.
Yeah, Mr. Cop.
He's in a car, is he not?
I know. No, it happened on Hex's side. Keep up.
What happened?
Nashin. Has Otta heard a cat?
I got to tune
No.
it that much. I got
All right, I'm
tuned it
back.
that much of the thing before my battery ran out on my phone. Sorry.
No worries. Sorry about that. Work called and was like letting me know and asking me like if I was on the schedule or not. Anyways, so they do both turn to you and he says, "Welcome. Well, what brings you here today?"
Oh, I was, this looks like you had a good night, huh?
He kind of like
What?
looks up. He looks at the orc women in his cot. Another night, and he says, "So, I'm guessing this is not a social call."
No, my gang wants to, head back to the city and report, success and that you're, leaving. We are still under employment. We have duties to perform. But, you know, we'll stay in touch, and especially if I get, like, a sending stone from you. And, Zerulia would love to, say goodbye to Richter.
Richter kind of turns over to you, Zerulia.
Hi, Richter. I got the. Well, I still have the dagger that you left me, and I wanted to thank you for it. I don't remember if I thanked you last night. If is there any way that we can keep in touch?
I
go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I get an insight check from the both of you, by the way?
Inside.
Okay. Don't tell me that we were being played. That was a 17.
With that 17, you notice two things, Matilda. One, when Zerulia mentions the dagger, you see casually Tarek kind of like raise his eyebrow in Richter's direction, and you could tell he's a little surprised by that. You don't know why though. And the other thing you notice is that what's the word I'm looking for? excuse me, this time from Richter. He does seem to be kind of like wringing his hands together and nervousness. Once again, you're not too sure why. He does begin to, and those are the things you notice. He begins to sign with his hands right now towards, excuse me, Tarek. He begins to sign, and then Tarek begins to kind of translate in your directions. Really, he is saying it's very hard to talk when you cannot talk.
Oh.
Seem sort
Aw.
of crestfallen. Right,
He's-
he can't use a sending stone.
Yeah, he does begin to sign some more. And he says, "Knife was meant to be, what's that word? Oh, knife was meant to be memento."
Ah.
Aw.
Well, I understand, and hopefully our paths will cross again someday.
Oh, I mean, I kind of half interject. Well, hang on. You could just give the stone to one of your buddies and, like, he can talk, right? Like, I'm here. We'll make this work.
And this is Tarek actually saying, even though Richter is trying to sign at him, he does say, "I'll certainly translate on his behalf." And he kind of like puts a reassuring,
There you go.
friendly shoulder on his friend, and they look at each other dead in the eyes for a second before like turning back to you.
Oh, we can do that. Okay. Yes.
See, there you go. I got your back.
Thank you, Matilda, and thank you, Tarek.
He nods his head.
Right.
I see.
Well,
Very much
I-
relieved.
oh, sorry.
Sorry, that was it.
I offer out like a wrist, like one of those, tribal handshakes.
He acknowledges it before he just acknowledges it. He doesn't shake at the moment. He does, kind of like put up a hand to like wait for a moment, and he begins to move over to the resting women, and you see him kind of like, as gently as an orc can, pull away the covers. And he does appear to be searching between the two women for something before he pulls out what appears to be a sending stone. He begins to kind of dust it off, and he comes over to you, shakes your hand, Matilda, and he says, "We'll stay in contact." And he puts he puts the stone in your hand. He puts the stone in your hands, Matilda.
Yeah.
Do you know I was half expecting Grix to roll out that bed too? I don't know.
Oh my
Oh
god.
God, please no. First
I
off,
just,
how would he even
smile.
get? How would?
Smell.
I was gonna say, how would Grix even be in the bed?
Goblin smuggling, man. Goblin smuggling.
A mix-up.
Jeez.
I just nod and smile, and he's like, "Yes, let's."
Mhm.
And
Might
you
want
be
to-
safe, huh?
Might want to clean that off, by the way. Hot water.
Right. I'll give that to Foster or Dusk then.
Before we go, I approach Richter and first I hug him, and then I give him a big smooch on the mouth.
Aww.
Aw. He does have to lean into it because he's like a full head taller than you. But
Hell yeah.
he does return it back to you. Almost picking you up a little bit, as he might not be necessarily used to smooching, but he does return the physical affection.
All right. By the time I wish him goodbye and return to Matilda, I'm blushing like super deep blue.
So love was in the air. Everywhere and give shit.
At this point,
We
I'm
need
just
to
ready
get
for...
Arvad and Dusk laid, to be honest. No, wait, Dusk is 14. Sorry, never mind. Arvad.
Do we have any plans?
Obsessed with getting a 14-year-old laid. I just you make the
Forgetting
mistake
that it's
once.
you.
No, you can make the mistake once, right, and be forgiven, but you keep doing it over and over again.
Listen, I was gonna say something mean, but I didn't mean it.
I don't believe you.
Oh god.
It's like you're 30 and you're still like this little boy. Like, I just keep, that's why I keep making the mistake.
I'm holding this against you, by the way.
I know.
I'm just waiting for the day we meet someone on one of these journeys. Matilda just plays matchmaker, and then you just see Cody, Odie, Zerulia just being like thumbs up in the grass. So it's just like, you got this. I'm like,
I'm pretty
is it-
sure we'll meet some nice 14-year-old tiefling girl. You'll wait
give me
like
a
3 to
second,
4
guys.
years.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Give me a second. I'm gonna call back my my work. Give me a second.
Oh, that's great. We can keep bantering and like, making it awkward for.
Hey, are you on the schedule? No? Do you want to be?
No?
do you like to
Yeah,
get
like
paid?
you're an Asimar. He was an Asimar. She was a tiefling girl. He wasn't good enough for her.
I am married to my work, okay?
You work?
And my mission.
It's your mission, huh? To project. You project.
It's none of your,
Project your virginity.
it's none of your business.
There's no way of business.
Then there's me. Then there's me. Then there's me. Then there's me. He's basically running away because he's dealing with hormones. I'm just like, I have no time for love. I require vengeance.
I just assumed you were a celibate monk. My bad.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was celibate until I met someone that one night. But that's another story for another day.
That's why you
Stay in your own
drunk?
tent.
Oh God.
Well, that's partially adding on to the alcoholism. Yes.
Well, I
And
mean,
dr-
so basically,
She
just,
was a
Dusk is just cooties,
she was a
and you were like,
six she was a six
Oh.
bottle down kind of girl for you, wasn't she?
Oh.
Arvad?
Look,
oh,
all I can say is it started with us just talking. Then there was alcohol involved, and then you just hear some very unusual music that sounded suspicious. Yeah, that suspiciously sounded like Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, Martin Gaye. I've been really trying, baby.
Yeah.
Trying to hold
I
back
think
this
I've-
feeling.
I think I've heard
Sorry,
of that
go ahead.
bard, yes.
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 Yeah, it went something like this.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was either that or this lovely number.
Oh my god, see that?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, the sexiest song in the world according to people.
No.
Is it?
Apparently.
I don't.
Just assume that people don't know what they want. Anyway, you guys are back.
Am I really that old?
You guys
Yeah,
are back,
we're right.
and this. Why is she smiling like that?
I'm going to assume
Oh, is it Olia?
it probably involves a very tall, all strong and silent hobgoblin.
Are we waiting for heads?
Actually, how did
Do
you
you mean
know?
the one you
I've
ha-
returned. I've returned.
You mean the ones you were holding
Oh.
hands with?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Holding hands is one thing, yes. Let's say that.
You're not having kids, are you? If you're, how long do you hold his hand for? Don't tell me that.
You do know how that works, right?
Yes, I was
kinda-
told. I was
kinda
told.
pityingly.
Yes. What
Do
were
I
you
need to
talking?
point out on
By Mark.
Foster how that works?
So young one, when two people get together and they love each other very much.
They hold hands for a very long time, and then baby comes along. Yes, I'm not stupid. And I pack up the rest of my tent while I'm doing this.
Which order did you say you're from?
Order?
You're a cleric, right?
In what way?
I don't know. Like you were casting spells, right?
I'm an undertaker?
You're not just a barbarian, right? What do you mean, an undertaker?
I'm an undertaker.
14. At 14, really? What nation needs 14-year-old undertakers?
My guessing is most of them end and die very, very early.
I mean, even then, like, that's,
It's
pretty
more of a
morbid,
s-
don't you think?
It's more of a
There's being practical and there's just being silly.
I'm technically more of
Yes,
an
continue.
apprentice.
Oh, you're a protege. Wait, is that why you take such a liking to Akram Falk?
Got a liking to Ikram folk. Just sort of...
Respect.
We work in the same field?
Your colleagues, is that what you're saying?
Something like that, I suppose, yes.
I mean, okay, fine, I'll take it.
I mean, we're around your colleagues as far as I can pick up.
Yes, but I'm not 14. I'm not 14.
That actually does.
Or an
bring up the-
undertaker.
And I walk
Actually-
over to the edge of the camp and I point to a very far distance to one of the other tents where I know that there's like, you know, a bunch of kids or younger people, younger orcs. They're about my age too, are they not?
Yes.
And they're part of this
What
raiding
about it?
party. They're
Yes,
part of
but
this raiding
learning
party.
to defend yourself and make sure you survive or something else than, burying the dead. It's a morbid thing.
It's more to it than just burying the dead. It's
Oh,
making
yeah.
sure they stay dead.
Speaking of age and death, I keep forgetting. How old are you, Matilda?
And she just looks at you as like, that's quite a thing to ask a woman, right?
I know.
Well, well, I mean, you speak. Well, I mean, I know you've mentioned you were old enough that you've had kids and everything, but I'm just curious.
I'm old enough. I look physically, I look like I'm early to mid 50s. But given my physique, I could be older.
Yeah, older. Yeah, old enough to have kids, and yet you look better than most people in their 20s.
Start flexing. Like, well, yeah, I work out.
You claimed the last time we trained, you said you were born with this body, Adi, not
47.
What?
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 You mean 47?
I just took a guess at a random number. I might call it cold.
That's very kind of you.
Okay, hey then.
And
I think I got it.
pinching your cheek.
Slap the hand away.
Okay then.
Not a fan of that.
Okay then. Well, in that case, you've aged very gracefully.
Thank you. And yes, I was born with this, but you gotta maintain it,
True, but I just look at the ass. It's just like you could grind meat on these abs, and that's coming from me
Well,
of
yeah,
all
that's the
people.
point. That is the point.
It's just Arvad is just thinking in his head. God, if this is some of the average female of her average hero or the specialized females, I'm scared to eat the males of our tribe.
I did say you should meet the men.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of how terrifyingly strong the males of the tribe would be. They'd be like, man, they could actually give some of the monks of a monastery a run for their money.
Speaking of, if we reach the town again, we should take a day or two to work on your flexibility. We have to stock up on ropes and stuff, but, I saw you during that last fight, and I refuse to believe it's just the drink.
What? Okay, in my defense, the alcoholism has impeded, has both improved and impeded my performance. Other than that,
That's what I'm saying.
You've chewed grass twice now. This isn't usual for you, old man.
In his defense,
I'm not-
one was an explosion.
yes,
Sorry.
and
You
another
chewed
one-
grass once
explosion-
and sand the other time. My bad.
Yeah, and if I did, yeah, and mind you, if I didn't say anything or signal to you, you would have been blasted into the other side of the ocean.
I mean, he's got the point there.
I don't know
Yeah.
what exactly he used. That was a weird
well, we
magic
could ask.
circle.
Like, now that we have a moment. Foster! What did you try to blow us up with?
Uh,
Is he in the car still?
yeah, I think Discord is at it again.
He is
Yeah,
not
might
here
be.
in the call.
He's not in the call. Oh.
No, he's
Oh,
not in the call. I didn't realize he's not there. Oh my god.
Hicks,
Panic.
could you tell us then?
Sorry, repeat that one more time.
What did he
I
use to
asked
blow
what
us up?
he used to blow up that. Yeah.
I mean, I would assume he would tell you guys, but essentially he used a great amount of gunpowder and the equivalent in wrapping it up in dynamite. Essentially, he used a big kind of explosion that he made a physical. He's pulling his cock out. Oh, welcome back.
Hilarious.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Welcome back.
Do you know what's weird? Is that he pops back in, his mic is muted, but it can play that sound. It always plays that sound.
Yeah. How's that
Consistency.
weird? Is that weird?
Yes, because usually you think somebody with an open mic would be able to play that, but apparently not.
Yeah, your mic. We saw you had to have your mic
Doesn't
on.
have to. No.
Huh.
It
Is that
doesn't
a
have to
separate
be on
thing?
that mic.
Huh. All right. So, in
You
my
boys could talk about like technical stuff later.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah,
Welcome
well,
back.
Well,
All right. So, going back to my flexibility, just shows me just doing the Goku stretch and just shows me doing a split. I'll have you know, I am very flexible.
okay. Let's put that to the test in town, huh?
Why?
Because
What do
when
you have in
it's
mind?
only useful when it matters most.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. So, I guess we're heading out then.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I want to check on Grix.
We Griggs.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Where
coming
is the
with
little
us.
gobbler?
he is.
Yes, he's
He
it.
is,
He
yeah,
is.
he's gonna be your little brother.
We're not adopting every little green creature that we come
No,
across,
no.
are we?
So,
You don't have to be green, evidently.
when you go to
Yeah.
call out for Grix, you see him at the moment inside the release tent, playing with the dagger.
Oh. Could I have that back, please?
Oh, it's okay. And he hands it to you.
Thank you. Now, Grix, come out here with us. We have a proposal for you.
I'm not very from. Wait, what do you mean proposal?
Would you like to come with us?
He
Come
looks
with
at
us,
all-
Griggs, we'll treat you better.
Yeah.
You want Grix?
Yes, we do.
We
We'll
want
do
Grix.
odd jobs around the camp and stuff.
Slave?
Not slave. Greg's friend.
Not even like pet. Yeah, Griggs is like a friend. You know, we'll keep you safe and stuff.
Okay.
Yay! All right, come with us.
He does, realizing that you're about to kind of begin packing up to, you gather your things, and he does kind of help you guys, put your packs on, you know, put secure stuff onto yourselves. And as all of you kind of begin to make your way outside of camp, you do begin to kind of see towards the outskirts, just between you and the rest of the hilly plains that you're going to be traversing. You can see what looks like Richter kind of standing at the edge of the town. At the edge of the encampment, and he kind of waves at you, Zerulia, and the rest of your party. And do you are you gonna stop to greet him, or what are you gonna do, Zerulia?
How far away is he?
Well, at the moment he waves at you about like 50 feet away, but it looks like he might be here to. Well, we're not really sure why he's here, to be honest.
I barge past her and wave back at him.
I actually wanted to say something to him.
I'm gonna scurry over to him really quick. I'll catch up with y'all if I have to.
All right. Don't stay too long.
All right, Richter, we're getting out.
Yeah. I actually need to talk to the other guy.
Whoa.
The new leader.
Oh, the Tark?
Yeah.
He's not necessarily here. Would you have gone before you guys started leaving the camp, or where would you have gone?
Yeah, I would have gone before I left the camp.
Mm-hmm. All right. It's his can't. He's
I'll let her do her thing, and then I can do mine.
We'll say this is all happening relatively at the same time, just for the sake of timekeeping. But yeah. So you do approach him, and the rest of your party begins to kind of like veer off and kind of walk off into the distance, more or less. I mean, you guys are walking past each other, but you do come up to him, and you said, "What did you say there, earlier?"
We're heading out now, or something to that effect.
Yeah, of course. You do see him like already quill in hand and the paper as well. He begins to write. Till the next time.
Yeah, till the next time. And then I sign his name, and then I hug him again. And then I grab his hand and I just hold it for a second, and then I head off and I scurry back to run after my party.
Gotcha. He does stay there looking upon you and your party kind of leaving out to the outskirts. He does. You do see him sign back, and go ahead and, I mean, just roll me a basic intelligence check there, Glitter.
I can't find intelligence. Oh, it's probably over here, isn't it? Yep.
And just roll a d20 and then add your mod.
There's a joke about not being able to find intelligence.
Oh my god. Okay, with that 15.
God damn it.
You don't understand the full thing that he signs to you at first, but then when you kind of like begin to put the some of the things you did recognize together, you realize he signed his name back once, you know, where you signed Zerulia, he signed Richter back.
Aww.
Love was in the air.
I give him one more last wave as I start catching up to my party.
Oh god.
We could do a time skip. At
Okay,
least 4 years, so Dusk would be of age. And Zerulia would have a baby.
Oh my god.
So, by the way, I do want to say, if you want, you can in fact learn, what was it? You can learn common sign language if you want, Zerulia. It will take time.
Yes.
Just FYI, because, you know, as cool as it is that to learn a language, it could be a little bit of time-consuming endeavor, but worth it because then you'll be able to talk with your hands instead of, you know, making vocal sounds.
Yes, I would like to do that.
I talk with my fists instead.
Yeah. So Dusk is very proficient with speaking in common sign language already.
Oh, wonderful.
And he knows how to say "go fuck yourself" and "I don't like you." "I don't like you" is of course the fists.
They always end up in fights.
Yeah, that's usually. Yeah, we usually call that potulism or fisticuffs or a kerfuffle or a brouhaha or
Like your fossil.
Well,
or
well,
as
what?
or in most sections of urban areas, I aimed the Tony's head. Square up.
Well, how did Master Asia say it? We communicate with our fist.
Yes.
Oh.
That's a classic anime and a half. But anyways, I will go now to Foster, who has made his way up to the main Tarek's encampment tent. They kind of wave you through. They don't even bother. They just pull the little tent flap across, and now you see because time has elapsed between when Matilda and Zerulia were here till now. The women are no longer there. It now appears to be he seems to be packaging stuff up. The cot that was once out has been folded, and for the moment at least doesn't appear to be within eyesight. The tables start beginning to get dismantled with 2 guards in the tent helping dismantle it, and he does appear to be pulling down some of the what's the word I'm looking for? God, there's a word for this. He is pulling down some of the shrine that he set up for his god Grumsh, and he's beginning to package that up. And you see this as you're pulling into the tent itself, with his back turned to you at the moment.
Yeah. So, I'm not. So, does he speak? Jesus Christ! Why is it people always calling me when I'm doing D&D?
You too, huh?
Does he? What languages does he speak?
You know he can speak common for sure, and he does
Okay,
appear
cool.
to speak.
Yeah. So, like he would hear in his mind, where's the head of the previous chieftain?
Oh, he kind of like turns around surprised. He looks at you and he says, "Displayed prominently at the entrance to this encampment."
Mind if I borrow it?
He considers your offer and he says, "Certainly, don't need a trader like that anyways. Dirties the rest of the encampment."
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Good. And then he will leave. Yeah. So it's basically on a pike, right?
More of a wooden stake, but if you want to consider it a pike, sure, then certainly.
Yeah. I mean, similar. Yeah. So I'm just gonna have one of the random orcs get it down for me.
Hey, you, nameless orc number 12, get that for me.
Oh my god.
Your chieftain says so.
Yeah.
He kind of like shrugs his shoulders, doesn't seem to give a damn who ordered what. He just goes to get it for you, and he says, "Make sure you use good sport for soccer," and hands you the skull.
Yeah. I will take it, wrap it up, put it into my bag of holding.
All right, fairly easily. You might need to speed up to catch up to the rest of your party, but I mean, thankfully, they're not moving at a pace or something, so you catch up relatively easily to them.
Yeah. I got a long strider if I need be.
Anyways,
So,
Alright.
when you, during that time we all agreed not to let him out of our sight. Where is he?
I mean, still.
Yeah, where is he?
I mean, you're the one to talk, Dusk. You just go into bushes and sulk all day.
I'm not his keeper. You already know he's gonna cause trouble somewhere. And you've let him
what do you mean he's
loose
causing
in the
trouble?
orc encampment. Where is he?
I don't think he's
Oh, wait.
causing trouble right now.
Oh wait, there.
Might
he is.
might I remind you, this is the same individual who has a strong dislike for the people we're currently surrounded by.
Oh wait.
This is-
Yeah. Yes, and?
Oh wait. I think I can see him.
You see them like taking the head of the previous chieftain off of the pike and handing it
And
to
he's
They're like,
Oscar.
yeah, see, there he is.
What the? Is he taking the head of the former chief?
Oh,
Looks like it.
But why?
Souvenir? I don't know. Like, to me, that's
That's
normal.
Just looks. It's like actually, you know what? That makes sense.
Yeah. I'd rather
So,
he
yeah,
vent his frustrations on that skull than anything else.
What do you
So,
expect
yeah,
him to
he,
do? Break it in half, or or violate the skull?
No, he's a crafter. Maybe he'll make a mug out of it.
So yeah, he scampers his way back after putting the skull away, and reaches his hand up to Matilda for her to pull him up onto Bacon.
I was like, oh, you don't want to walk, huh? And I just
No.
reached down really, really low, grab him at the scruff of the backpack. Like, "Ee!" Put him up on the saddle.
When
You want to
meet
ride in the back or in the
six
front? Like, read your books
in the
again.
back.
Yeah, I just put you in the back.
When you meet the 6'7" goth mommy, you're getting uppies.
Oh. So, quick question, because I am getting
yeah.
questions about it myself. Why are you taking that head?
I have a warning to send to my outfit and the rest of the town that we're going to, so that I can profit
Um.
for all this trouble I've went through.
Wait, okay. Take a step back here. What warning? And what... A warning against the town? Why a warning against the town?
Specifically, I told them that there was trouble on the horizon of orcs and
Okay.
all that goodness. So I am going to bring them this skull and the axe and tell them I've mitigated their problem, and if they want me to finish mitigating the problem, they should pay me.
Okay, but you did
You've
that all by
mitigated the
yourself,
problem.
Huh? Yeah, we all did.
Yeah, but this is more for me, so that I can get
Okay.
get a higher rank in my coalition.
I see. You do know how people work, right? Like how people think and what they... Like, you are a strange little man at times, and this is coming from me.
I mean, I spend most of my time in caves. I don't. This is the most I've spent around other people.
You can tell them that. But the problem has been dealt with, you know that, right?
Exactly. So I'm trying to
So you're
benefit.
trying
all.
to haggle them.
Yes.
Can't help but to make
You
some
should've just
extra
said
money,
that.
can you?
Well, I mean, I thought you'd get the idea that I was trying to swindle them.
I see. Well, as long as you don't try and swindle Yenzo. He's with the government. We don't want any troubles with the guards.
I'd take the government's money too.
Yeah, okay, but Yenzo actually likes us, believe it or not. Let's not try and give him some more problems.
Yeah?
More than he already has.
Well, we've already taken care of the problem, so technically I'm not lying. I'm just bringing this to them proactively.
Okay, well... I guess that's okay. Anyone else have any objections?
Yes, this is going to be a long journey, and I wish we'd purchased a horse and cart before we left.
Should have
I-
walked.
I'm sure I could haggle. I could haggle some haggle a horse and cart for us.
We're too far.
Mr.
We're not turning
Speechcraft,
back.
look at him.
No, I mean when
I'm
we
just-
get back to town.
In the meantime, I think we could all use a nice walk.
Oh, hey, Jimmy. I mean, if you want to walk, it's fine. I'm not walking.
I'm not walking either.
You get to ride a pig. You have no say in the matter.
Gotcha, Hex.
I wrap some rope. Around
Me, right?
around Matilda. I'll give it around Matilda. I will reach into my bag and pull out a pan, like a wok pan kind of thing. Sit on it and let her drag me.
Let's not cut. Listen, I know kids like to play games and all, but that's not going to work. The smallest bump you'll find, like you'll get thrown off, and then I get like tears and stuff, and like get to wipe their cheeks.
This is long. I don't want to walk this.
Okay. Aye.
Stop being a drama queen.
Foster, are you sure you can get us a cart for cheap?
Well, if we cut down some trees,
You can make us a cart. I mean, I could do that. I've already got like a woodsman's axe at hand. I got like all the tools. It's been so long.
Well, if you can make a card, let's make a card then.
We're actually
Now,
stopping to make
one
a
problem.
card. This is funny.
There are little to no trees here, right?
What about some of the spare wood that they used when they were cutting some of the stuff down? There should have been some logs around.
Maybe.
I mean,
Listen,
I'm
all I
sure
need
if
to
we
know
go far
is-
enough, we could find some trees.
Well, okay, how fast can you make this cart? Because if it takes like a week or two, we don't have enough food for that.
Oh no, I could definitely, like whittle and put together a card in a full day.
All right,
With
one day.
right tool for the job.
It's gonna take too long. We can just walk it.
Well, it's gonna take us 2 days to, do the whole thing, but it'll only take us 1 day to travel if we have a cart.
Then why not just build the cart once we get there? There is more traveling to be done. Plus,
Sure.
we can get like a
Yeah.
horse.
I don't mind. I'm not the one who's walking. It's completely up to everyone else.
Oh, our poor bacon. Yes, anyone else?
At this point, might it make sense just to go back and ask for a cart? Like, have we gone that far?
As far as this is how I kind of pictured it. You guys have had this conversation over probably the course of probably an hour's worth of travel. Yes,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
You guys are probably like an hour out when this conversation kind of comes up. So, I mean, you guys would lose another hour going back and then trying to negotiate for a cart, but
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys
no.
could certainly do it if you want.
That's
All right.
that's
That's it.
a futile effort.
That's it. We're just walking.
I have a question about the Plan B tea. You said it was supposed to make me feel trashy, right?
It does make you feel a little bit weaker than normal. You feel like you're pretty nauseous. I mean, but other than that, for combat purposes, you're fine. It's almost like ingesting poison for the most part. But yeah, and you feel that way for the most part for the next few hours. But I mean, you won't. It won't kill you, and you won't feel like you're dying. But you will feel incredibly.
God, I hope not.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just gauging how she feels right now. So yeah, she's probably feeling pretty bitchy about the walk too. So she would, Sorry.
At some point, you also hear Dusk spit out what he's drinking as well. Say, whoever made this tea, it tastes like shit.
Don't
No.
drink
You know
that.
what that?
Do you draw?
You know what that tea? You know what that tea is for, right?
I don't know.
That out. That is not for you. That's for adults.
It was on the campfire.
That tea is that tea is to stop people from having children when they don't want any.
Yeah, that's for ladies and lady problems.
How would you leave this if it was in the camp then? If it was just for one person?
You
It's really
just
just
assume it
mortified.
was for you.
Because it was next to the
Wow,
coffee,
look at these
the coffee and other teas.
All of them.
Where?
Cereal just sinks to the floor.
Leave it to the British person to find the tea and try to drink it.
Yes. Yes.
The forbidden tea.
Oh, no.
Just slaps out of her hand. Don't drink that.
Already drunk that. That was a while ago. Or I guess he was drinking some. Did you put some in your fucking, what was it? Inside your, water skin? Please tell me you didn't.
I hope to God not.
If he slaps it out of my hand, I
Homeopathy.
pull a second water skin out of my pocket, and it's starting to grow on me.
God.
Yeah, it's actually not that bad. Yeah. I can feel myself dying inside. It's great.
I just look at this just like, son, there's something deeply wrong with you.
Yeah, what is your obsession with death? You're
just-
only 14.
It feels like I'm dying inside, and it's bringing me one step closer to the all-knowing mistress, which
To the who
is
now?
always a good thing.
Dusk.
The
sake.
all-knowing mistress. Oh. You need to be held by your mother.
Don't you know about the old story about the cook that became an alchemist?
Now?
I've heard some things here and there, but not in full detail.
Well, if you know about cooking alchemy and cooking food, two vastly different things. You don't try it.
I feel like there was a moral in that story, and I'm
Yeah,
just
that's like,
not getting
I
it.
missed it too.
Like I like to think he said that, and everyone just stayed quiet for the next 10 minutes.
They're like, we
Listen,
haven't. We
you
didn't
So we get back to it, it's like, what
he
the
just
fuck did
kinda
you mean?
Foster like looks at everyone like expecting you guys to catch it, and he's like,
Oh.
an alchemist
Ah,
Oh.
was a cook.
Oh.
yeah,
Don't try it.
Listen, telling the joke like twice, does it make it more funny?
It means that
It's
he
not a joke.
died because he tasted the alchemy.
Yeah, I was just like, oh. That's why I was like, oh.
Well, that's
Never
not
mind.
very funny.
It's called dark humor.
It's like, no, it wasn't a joke. We're like, oh,
It wasn't a joke. It was a warning for Dust to not just go trying shit.
oh, okay.
Then
I
why don't you spit that shit out and say it?
You understand? This is
Talk about
Foster.
cooks and alchemy.
I didn't know that I was surrounded by imbeciles.
Hey,
Well,
don't you
say
don't
that.
don't you insult my intelligence? I got the joke, or at least the premise.
I got the premise.
At least I got the premise.
Oh,
Oh,
Context clues, guys. Context clues.
Mhm.
He taps the side of his helmet and makes the mask come down and hugs onto Matilda harder.
oh.
Outing.
Yeah.
They're being late to me.
Alright. So, with all this kind of occurring, this fun banter, I'll say the five of you do travel across quite a bit of a great distance between, the York and Cayman to your eventual destination. It does take you about 7 more hours. So you started the journey at around 9 in the morning, giving yourselves time to have breakfast, more importantly, do all those conversations and actions that you did in the encampment before leaving. And you should be arriving closer to when the sun begins to kind of start to dip around the horizon, there's still light out, but you do see as you kind of like crest over a small hill what appears to be the town of Beer's End, about several miles ahead of you, about an hour's journey away. Lights beginning to kind of be turned on across the lampposts as candles are being lit, and internal fires are being turned on to keep these domiciles and other establishments and buildings, well lit in the interior, giving it a soft glow to this town. And you guys begin to kind of... Oh, what?
No, I said.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you were gonna say something. Anyways, you do manage to find yourselves traveling towards where you would imagine the road to be. You get onto the road and you begin to kind of turn into the town itself, and there does appear to be, I wouldn't say a lot of activity at the moment, as it is starting to become closer to the evening of this town out here. But you do see a plethora of activity, maybe more so than normal for this stage of the night. You see what appear to be kind of guards, kind of in a hurry, going from like domicile to domicile, seeming to be kind of knocking. Do you guys choose to kind of listen into what they're saying, or are you just going to continue passing by, going into the center of town? Actually, before I continue, I have to ask, where is your eventual destination? Because technically you guys are now here in Beer's End. Well, were you guys going to Ekram Falk's domicile? Or where he is? Or are you guys going to the town itself proper?
I think the town, if I'm not mistaken. Said we'll meet Ekram, but but after a certain point, right? We'll meet him eventually.
I would also like to report it like Yenzo and stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go find the Enzo then?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't see what the guards are thinking, like what they're rushing around about.
There does appear to, I'm gonna give you essentially a very basic feeling of what their
Surface level thoughts.
essentially I'm just gonna give you the first surface level thoughts. Alright, I'm gonna have to hit this house, and then I'm gonna go, and essentially it just sounds like they are trying to fulfill orders to go from domicile to domicile to make sure that they remember the curfew, to stay indoors, to be ready, and to not be afraid to call out for the guards. It seems like they're not. The guards appear to be on high alert, and they might be preparing for an attack.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of surface thoughts here. Oh, and that orcs might be coming.
Oh, they're prepping.
So at the very least, your warnings may not have completely fallen on deaf ears at the moment, if you're to interpret anything from this, Foster.
So I'm gonna put a smile on my face. I'm going to try and wave down one of the guards, shouting out to him.
Okay. When you go to wave him down, he says, he turns over to you and he says, "Are you in trouble, citizen? Are you all right?"
Interesting thing about trouble. I took care of it.
Wait, what? No. Okay.
I'm your commanding officer.
Ma'am, is this your child here? And she's
No, he's not my child. We were sent here by Yenzo.
Yenzo.
And yes, we were asked to deal with the orc problem. And we are now here back to report to him.
Yenzo is going from domicile to domicile. I think he's on, and he begins to kind of like, for the sake of brevity, he begins to list the set of streets he should be going down to warn the citizens, and he tells you how to get there. So he's about 8. Yeah, he gives you an idea of how to get there from this point in town.
Right, come on, Foster.
And don't forget about the curfew. You have an hour to find lodgings or find your domicile, and he begins to kind of move away.
Right, okay,
like
that's
stand-
nice.
Foster stands on the back of Bacon and like puts his hands on Matilda's shoulders, saying, "Let me do the talking. I want to get money."
Are you good at talking?
Yes.
Like, I don't... really? Okay, fine.
This all out well.
Right, well, just in case, I'll go with you, okay?
Of course.
And besides, everyone else is here as well.
That too.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we let him do the talking.
We're doomed.
So it takes you about 10 minutes, but you do move from street to street before you find the street that was initially described to you, and it takes you an additional minute once you find the street, and you go up and down it for a moment before you see Ienzo followed by like two other fellow guards. It seems to be speaking to what appears to be elders at the foot of a door, and just as he finishes up, he's about to come down the stoop before he sees the rest of you out of the corner of his eye, and he immediately turns back to his other two subordinates, waves them to go forward, and they begin to kind of move further down the other side, other streets, continuing the work before Ienzo begins to make his way towards the rest of you, and you guys kind of meet in the middle. He does turn up to you, Matilda, and he says, "What brings you here to town now?"
Well,
So
I'd
before
like to
she
explain, but I
says
promised to let
anything-
Foster do the talking. And so, here you go.
Yeah, like before she even explains, Foster already like pulled the sack out of his backpack and just throws the head of the orc at his feet and says, "You owe us money."
The orc head kind of like begins to roll on the cobblestone floor before slightly revealing some of the cloth falling off to the side, revealing what appears to be half of an orc head. He looks down at the orc head and then up to you and says, "Would you mind explaining?"
You owe us money. We took care of the orc problem.
Okay, well, to give a bit more context, if I may, Foster.
Please.
No.
This don't win.
Okay,
Wait.
I just put my hand on his, eyes, and then I lick on his mouth. Ezek, yes, this is Grishtak, the great chieftain of the Orc Raiders. We were instrumental in usurping his seat, and, the orc that we got in place of, Tarek, is now leading, as we speak, his people to the frozen north to hunt mammoths, not to raid anymore. And, as an extra sort of insurance, we have a sending stone to be in touch with them. And, they were even open to holding trade, negotiating, or even being hired as mercenaries. Now, there was a little matter of a woman, a sorceress, who apparently got these orcs here to begin with. We don't know who she is, we don't know where she is. That's the only thing we heard. So, what I'm thinking, or what we concluded, is that there is some political game being played here. And we were hoping you could fill us in more. But Foster is right. We kind of went above and beyond. We are hoping to get compensated.
He does,
At least.
as you are explaining all this, he does lean in to pick up the orc head, and he takes off the rest of the cloth, and he pulls it up to the dimming light of the nearby lamppost, and he does inspect it, and you say, "Is this one's Grishtok?" Oh, sorry, not doing his voice. You said his name is Grishtok, right? Not that voice either. Oh my god, I need to use the voice down. So, you said this is Grishtok, yeah?
It
Yes.
is, yes.
We
And
could
I,
have got more if we withheld information.
Would you please
I
be
sort
quiet
of
for
like
5
knocked my
minutes?
knuckles on Foster's helmet. He's like, "Do you have the axe?" And I look at Arvad. "Do you have the axe?" Who has the axe?
He does.
Foster, do you have the axe?
When are you going to leave? Sorry.
Sir, what? Did you say? Did you give it to Dusk or do you have it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure.
know.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Sorry
sure.
about
He's
that.
back,
My
sorry.
neighbor was talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
So, after you ask if he has the axe, he's like arms folded, pouting with his mask down, and he just kind of nods.
Okay. Don't worry, we're just going to show it. Maybe we can find that evil red lady. And then we can go and stomp her next. Think of the boom boom you can do with your explosions.
Yeah. That's also the you have to compensate me for all the gunpowder that I used. He
worry,
says
we
that
were
he
getting
reaches
paid.
to his back with both hands, and he just like it's him pulling it like it's a pipe coming out of nowhere, as he pulls this giant axe out and
Like Mary Poppins.
hands it.
So basically,
Basically,
the demolition expert has hammer space.
Yeah,
An
basically.
extra dimensional space in his backpack, yes.
Yeah.
Oh god, I can
Um,
already see him pulling some things like it's the mask.
oh
Like
yeah.
a cartoon.
If I get a bottomless hole and throw it inside, I could make an even bigger explosion.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
God.
about to say you can, in fact, make a way bigger explosion than you
Yeah,
want.
let's not
Don't
do
give him
that.
ideas, please. We barely survived the last explosion.
Don't worry,
No.
you guys will get fair warning next time.
Yeah.
We
So,
present the axe,
Mm.
and we're like, this
Yep.
is, according to the orcs, this is what the lady gave their chief. It's obvious hers. And, we're hoping to maybe find out a bit more about this organization. If she even worked alone or not. But, would like to
he
get
seems to
paid,
not.
yeah.
Well, and he does kind of like wrap up he did pick it up, he did inspect it, and as you kind of continue and finish up, he does wrap up the head again back inside the cloth, and he says, "Lucky for you, I can definitely pay you for this. There was a bounty on Grishtalk for the longest time. 500 gold pieces.
Ooh. Double.
I
good.
won't be able to pay you. I won't be able to pay you now. And but I could pay you tomorrow in the afternoon if you come on by the guardhouse.
500
We
each.
need a rest.
In total, that was the amount put on this head. He had a bounty for the longest time.
That's not my problem. You owe us for all the work and all the gunpowder that I spent.
Foster, he's getting to that. This is just the price for the bounty. Isn't
I
it
can't
right?
compensate. Well, I can't compensate you for the rest of that, but I can at least speak with my superiors and see what they have to say. But honestly,
Like, Matilda goes on, like, of course, but like, you know, what price can we really put on, like, the safety of an entire nation, right?
A
Put
lot
it,
of
like,
money.
on extra thick. Yes,
For
Foster,
the-
I know.
for the record, this isn't. I just want to put it out just in case it needs to be said. This Beerzen is a principality, a small little town that isn't really.
I know.
What's the word?
Fluffy.
This isn't a nation, mind you. This is more like, if I had to give it something when it comes to, it's essentially the equivalent of a state. It's an own little small town state that is in league in conjunction with the other two towns in the area. So hardly what I would call
I
a
know.
nation.
I know.
Okay, so
it's just
that,
like,
that
I meant
being
like
said,
the area. Like,
Mm.
okay, I'll just
that
let you
being
talk for now.
said, that being said, who asked?
Where did you learn to negotiate from?
Wait, what did you say? Sorry.
Someone that carries explosives.
Face palms.
Listen, I'm sure that these people's gratitude will be more than enough.
No.
Okay? You don't know what they're going to give us yet. Don't be you know.
If
Listen,
handshakes and thank yous are all that they're going to be giving us at 500 to split
I
amongst
didn't
us,
say that now, did I?
what I'm saying is that if I'm not seeing top dollar, it better be
Ooh.
tongue on balls through what we
Okay.
went through.
Listen, little man. You can make things, yeah?
Yep.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, you can make
I think
things.
this go through, but he said, "Yep."
Okay. Now, we need a cart or some mode of transportation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So imagine we were paid in labor and resources so that you could, I don't know, make a cart that has like explosives on it or like some sort of big gun. I don't know.
I need metal for that. A lot of metal and gears
Yes.
and time.
Yeah. What do you mean years?
Gears.
Gears.
Years. I'm sure you can make something. Right? You're very handy with your little hands.
Yes, tiny raccoon fingers.
Tiny racket. You have all the dexterity of a no.
The dexterity of a gnome and
Hmm?
the crafting strength of a dwarf.
Yeah. The stamina of a dwarf.
Oh, God.
I
Right.
just don't want them thinking that they could get off scot-free without giving us
Listen,
good money.
You have to be a bit more trusting here. I doubt they will try and, like, you know, go against their saviors. Because word does travel. But we also know that these people, you know, aren't swimming in money, okay? If they were, they wouldn't have hired a group of adventurers. They would have hired a standing army.
Yeah.
This town, this area, is good for trade. Eventually, they will make up, you know. Let's see what they offer first, okay? Let's be civil. And not be ungrateful.
I'm grateful.
Okay, at this point, I just pick him up under my arm. It's like, Yenzo, we'll be here back in 2 days, yeah? You needed 2 days?
I just needed one. I'll have the money available for you tomorrow. I'll definitely pass the word along to the mayor, and hopefully he'll actually do something and compensate you for your actions. Even
Yes,
if he doesn't,
Sorry.
I do want to say, on behalf of my people and my town, and he does bow his head in your direction, thank you. I will try to help you out how best I can. I can at least
Of course.
I'll at the very least give you lodgings for the night here at the Lazy Stock with Ignelli. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to put you up for room and board for the evening.
We're
It would
grateful,
be good
thank
to
you.
see her again.
Yeah.
May also behoove all of us to talk to Akram Falk, as he
Yes.
was one of the vocal supporters to getting us here.
You might need to do that tomorrow. The sun's going down and curfew is going to happen at 6, so make sure that you find yourselves there soon.
Noted.
Very well. I'll just, I look forward to my bed, and I sort of like, adjust Foster's weight under my arm like a bag of potatoes. Right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go listen if she has more stories.
Okay.
You like those stories, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, and then Zerulia can tell me all about her night a few days ago.
Again.
I'm like giggling and twirling my hair.
It's like,
I just look at you two. I just look at all of you and just shake my head, and I'm just in my
How
head
did I
thinking,
get here?
Yes. of all the adventurers I could have been paired with, I get paired with a giant woman, a bomb happy midget, a barbarian who clearly has some breathtaking emotional issues, and the mage who was giggling like a high schooler.
I nudge.
Our little
I
Dusk
nudge
has seen you
Zerulia.
grow way too often.
I nudge Zerulia and say, I think he just called you emotional. And I walk off.
I'm just wondering why he thinks Matilda's a mage.
Right.
Yeah. I just hooked
Like-
my arm around Arvad. Come on, Arvad. It's not all that bad. Let's go get a drink, huh?
Fine. You paying?
Yeah, I'm
The
paying, yeah.
emotional
Then I would love
the
to go.
emotional distress of the barbarian, but the emotions don't assist the barbarian.
Oh my god, it's not like rage that fuels you, it's angst.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I would like to rage. I would like to angst.
It just is like you have full permission.
You don't know
go
what it's
wild.
like!
Just
When I feel so much pain inside!
Just
oh my
hears-
god.
you just hears-
Ah!
Oh,
Sorry,
God.
go ahead.
I'm just now thinking
Yeah.
of now just thinking of just seeing how Dusk is just like leveling the entire army, and you just hear Soundgarden going, "Blow up the outside." You just see
Like-
Foster just throwing up grenades. He's just going, ah.
Foster ended up doing the pyrotechnics for his show.
Yeah.
Dusk would be listening to fucking Linkin Park in the end.
Jesus Christ, the entirety of the early 2000s just came flooding back to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all of you all of you find your way easily, because now you're starting to kind of get a feel for the town now that you've been here for the equivalent of a couple of days for sure before you even left. With your feel, you find yourselves back meandering over to the Lazy Stock.
Yay.
Strangely by this time, around 5:30. Sorry, I was saying over 5:30. As you push open the doors to go on inside, you see it fairly barren and empty. No kids, no adults. One patron at the bar, snoozing for the moment, head down, against the bar top.
Wait, like 5:30 in the morning or in the evening?
Evening.
Oh,
Oh my
shit.
god, I
Oh,
decided
shit.
in the morning. Yeah, you guys are here in the
5:30
evening.
in the evening. Wow.
Yep.
And there's no one here?
You do see sorry, excuse me. Sorry, I was about to burp. I was gonna say you do see Ignelli at the moment adjusting some of the books from the library. It seems with the quiet evening to her, she has taken it upon herself to start organizing the books on the library, the little kids' library shelf at the moment.
Mhm.
And her back is unfortunately turned to you, so she didn't necessarily hear you open the door. But this is what you see.
Hey.
And I do want to say for the patron, that is face down right now on the on the bar top, he does appear to be fairly familiar. You see
it?
what appears to be. Oh
I was gonna say, is it Ekram Falk? No.
no, you're not that lucky. You could tell though who this person is just by the fur color popping through his purple robes. It's the same kind of gray and white that you saw beforehand. You know this to be the initial person who had hitched a ride with you when you first arrived to this little area, a spit of land in Hictoxia.
Owl Man?
No, not the owl man.
It's the cat.
The
Yeah.
tobacco.
Oh no,
The
Coco.
Vax. No. Coco's just a different person. Let me pull out my notes. I totally forgot his name. I was trying to remember it while I was describing.
Isn't this the same wizard that Cody?
Nex.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say hello. Nex is like face planted and casually sleeping. I would say at the bar top.
Having a whale of a time.
Must have been some party.
So Foster's gonna go over to Nex and get a seat next to him, and just he's going to whisk. He's gonna pull out. He's gonna reach into his bag. He pulls out a. He thinks about it, and then he decides not to do what he was thinking, and he just taps Nex.
Wait, you trying to kill him?
No.
So,
Oh.
first things first, I would like to know what the rest of you all are doing. I hear, essentially Foster, he's making his way over to the bar top and takes an immediate seat next to Nex. What is everyone else doing while he's doing that?
I go to the bar. I also go to the bar top and just be like, to its owner. We have returned and we are thirsty.
All right. So, two of you are going to the bar top.
Yes.
All right. What about the rest of you?
I mean, yeah, drink your drinks.
Alright.
I'll just put Foster on like the kids' car, I guess.
No, I went to the bar.
Yeah, he's at the bar top. He's sitting right now next to the sleeping form of Nex. And then Zerulia and Matilda, where are you two going?
I'm gonna greet Ignelli over at the bookcase.
Oh, okay. And Matilda, are you joining her, or are you doing your own thing?
It would either be that or going to the bar, but since Ignelli isn't at the bar, I'll just go with Zerulia to Ignelli.
Okay. And then finally, Dusk, what are you doing, buddy?
I found the darkest corner in the room.
No, for fuck's sake.
Fine.
Nah, I just take a seat.
All right.
I can't wait for the end of puberty for this boy.
So you don't go necessarily to the bar top, but you do find a table that's relatively close enough to the bar top itself. So you just sit down there for now, Dusk. So
Also, it's not a phase, Monk.
Uh-huh. Where did we go wrong?
Ignelli does kind of like, as all of you begin to kind of file in, and I mean, you initially, came in here quietly for the door wasn't that loud, but as you begin to file in and begin to step on the wooden flooring and everything, begin to scrape some chairs to sit down and everything, she immediately kind of like turns over, almost startled for a moment, and sees both you, Matilda, and Zerulia kind of approach her, and she's suddenly goes from kind of excited, worried that she has people somehow come in here at this time of night, but then she, you see her immediately go to relief as she's like, oh, I know these people. And she kind of like dusts her hands off and she says, I'll be with all of you in a minute. What can I do for you?
Well, we just came back from a very long and struding form of work, and we are thirsty. So.
Diddy.
Yes.
Are
We
you
have
going to
some
be?
good news and celebrations?
Hey, I'm glad. Celebratory times, celebrations are good in these trying times. Will you be paying for lodging? And she kind of looks at the rest of you, wondering if you need lodging.
Is it? Yenzo said you'd put us up for a few days because of a job well done.
We
Oh.
took care of the orc problem that you're all hiding from.
Foster, be nice. Yeah, he is
I didn't mean that to be. I didn't mean that to be so bombastic, but we did take care of that. So
Yeah,
no worries.
it's good news.
Yes. This is
No,
a time for celebration. Add alcohol.
Yeah, we can pay, but he was kind enough to offer.
If he said he'll pay for your lodgings, don't worry. Just pay for your drinks and we'll call it evens. And then she begins to kind of like go from each of you taking your drink orders. So whatever you guys end up ordering, that's up to you. Before
At
she
this point,
immediately
like, put like a small keg or something.
Yeah,
Like me and Arvad will likely get to it.
make that two.
Okay, I'll total that stuff up later. But essentially, if you're paying for a keg and several drinks, I'll give you guys a total later. But we'll call it a bar tab for now. She does move off, and what was it? I believe you were doing something there. You sat next to next, right there, Foster.
Yes.
And-
I thought about doing something, and then I decided to do something else by just tapping him.
Okay. Before you tap him, and as Arvad takes a seat right on your left side, with next on your right, I do want to say you see him. He does appear to be sleeping fairly soundly, and you could look into his cup, and it seems to be a milk of some sort, half drunk. But clearly there's an alcoholic tang in the air close to it, so he might have had a white Russian.
Oh, so he's so I
That's
see
cute.
his so I see it so I see his dairy is spiked.
He spiked his dairy, but and you go to poke him, correct?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like he was drinking Bailey's or something.
Well, Bailey's is not also a bad choice.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you go to poke him. He doesn't. He adjusts, but he doesn't necessarily wake up with the first poke. Would you like to continue to be a little bit more rough with him to wake him up, or?
Yeah.
All right. So you jab him, not enough to induce pain, but enough to kind of like get his attention, and he does kind of like come out of a startled sleep. He's just and he kind of like looks around him left and right, bleary eyed, his fur just kind of fully poofing out before he just kind of inevitably falls out of the right side of the chair. He says, "What do you want?" Hey, oh, it's you.
Yes. Are you in any way inebriated?
Maybe. I was. Give me a moment. And he begins to try to put one foot in front of the other, with his hands like kind of like balanced to either left and right side of him, and he does a pretty good job for the first 2 to 3 steps before he stumbles once, and he's like, I am feeling good. I'll say that.
I know that stance.
Foster is going to reach into his pouch, and he's going to pull out one of his injector needles. He's going to just dab it into his thigh, and he's basically casting Lesser Restoration on him.
Before you do that, as you begin to pull out the tools and you begin to pull out the syringe, he starts kind of like backing away from you. Mind you, he doesn't start like walking away. He's on his ass at the moment. And he starts kind of like crawling across the floor, pushing himself away from you. He says, "What is that? What are you doing?"
Well, I'm just gonna make you feel even better.
Are those drugs? I don't want drugs. I don't want drugs.
Worry. You'll be all right.
I don't know if I will be.
We can all see this happening.
Yes. and
Whatever.
I'm just
This isn't a hidden thing. Yes.
I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Foster, what are you doing?
Are you really going to? What are you planning on injecting him with exactly?
I'm not answering any questions. But
don't
does
worry
he look
about
at
it.
the others? Does he look at the others while they're talking to me?
Yeah, I'm just like Foster, please. We just got back. Can you at least wait? Can you at least give us 5 minutes without creating anarchy?
Or could you at least tell us what you're doing?
I'm effectively, if he at any point if he takes his attention off of me, I'm touching him with Lesser Restoration.
That's not good.
Okay.
Is that you explaining
It's
in
funny,
character?
at least.
Yeah, that's no, that's not me explaining in character.
Oh, that can't be good.
Okay, then
I
say
Cerulea's
let him
gonna
poke
try to
him.
stop you.
I'm
Just
just-
poke him.
And then I'm just looking at this like, yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to waste my energy for this. Where's the alcohol?
So Zerulia is gonna try to attempt to stop you.
I'm at least gonna stand up and be like, I need you to explain right now what you're doing.
Does
And
he
like
take
how he's
his
like a
attention
toddler.
off of, does he take his attention off of me for even a moment?
His attention is not necessarily on you; it's on the needle that's in your hand.
Well, that I assume that would be me.
Yeah, I mean, technically, yes. Then
I'm guessing he's afraid of needles.
he's also probably drunk. So this is a guy who's about to stab him with a needle. I think most people would be like, "What are you doing?"
Fair enough.
Yeah, are you like, is this an enemy of yours or something? And I know what I said.
Yeah. So he says, I'm just going to make sure that he's not inebriated when I tell him the information that I need to tell him.
Oh, this is one of your healing thingies.
Something like that.
Can just tell us this, you know.
I turn and look at the next. I said, "Do you consent to that?"
No, I don't. I don't even know what's in that.
Yeah, so the moment that he says no, I'm
The
just
minute
on him.
he switches over for a second to address Zerulia, so you can in fact jab him if you want.
Immediately pounce on him.
Oh, no.
Foster.
Why do you like torturing? Why do you like torturing souls?
I don't think he does it on purpose. I think he just doesn't know how people function.
Clearly.
Okay, I need you to roll me your initiative, but this isn't a fight. This is just more to see if you manage to do the thing you do before he does his thing. Okay.
Okay.
So let me know what your initiative is. I'm rolling myself.
Okay. I'm going
Oh,
to...
goddamn.
Ooh.
All right.
17.
17?
The whole
Well-
17.
Well, I mean, he's got additionals, but I won't say what the total is until I hear it from Foster.
Ooh.
Okay. That is going to be a total of 20.
Wow, you literally beat him by one. That's funny. Okay, so you. All right, so you move in and you immediately kind of like just jab him in his leg, and he just yells, "Ah!" And then you obviously fire the spell into him with lesser restoration, and the befuddlement and I'll say for the sake of this, you just immediately see a calm kind of like wash over him. And he says, "Oh wow, you weren't lying." All right.
See, Foster has his good moments, even though he doesn't know how to communicate.
So, he's going to actually now mess with him, after he says, "Oh,
No.
you weren't kidding," and he like looks at the injector, and it's like he makes it with prestidigitation. It says poison, and then he reaches
Oh,
into the
my
other
fucking-
pocket, and then he looks at the other one, and it says restoration. It's like, I guess these were
Oh
mislabeled.
my god.
You were saying
Foster, why would you do this?
So you're casting prestidigitation for the label to appear on the syringe, right? Or what were you doing? Just so I
Yeah.
know, understand.
Yeah, he basically makes it
wants to
look
fuck
like
with
he
them.
mislabeled.
Mm. I'll say make a deception check at disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm gonna need a small bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Okay.
take your time.
That is going to be a total of 8.
Yeah, I mean, your ruse would have worked if you didn't cast prestidigitation in front of him, because now that he's sober and alert, he himself is a spellcaster. He knows what you're doing, and he says, "Right, all right, okay." All right.
so
He
yeah,
begins to get up.
I put the syringes away, I grab him with both hands, and I pull him onto his feet. It's good to see you, and it's good to see you in your bar. Sorry to ruin your buzz.
Well, I mean, I still have, and he kind of like looks over to make sure he's like craning his neck, trying to see if he still got alcohol in his cup. And he says, "I think I still have some. I mean, and anyways, I'm assuming you did that with a purpose, unless you just like sticking people with needles."
Actually, I hate it because people do tend to bleed, but that's neither here nor there. Um, I wanted to ask you, do you happen to have a what is it called? A components pouch?
Not on me at the. Well, I mean, I have my own, but I could find you one. I know I have a few spare lying around in my personal stash. Why? Do you need one right now?
Well, no, it's more so I needed to know if that's what is generally used. Currently, right now, I have this thing going on with my coalition I plan on doing, and I'm trying to see whether it's better to use component pouches or just a simple cap. Because let's just say that there might have been a mishap with uh, our mission, and it would be good to carry around things to bring people back to life.
Oh, your adventures. I mean, I just thought you were mercenaries.
Oh, a little bit of both, a little bit of this or that.
Column A, column B.
A little column A, column B.
All right. Well, I might have I might have a few spare component pouches. It doesn't hurt to have both. I personally have both, and he does kind of pull out his wand and he kind of shows you this is actually my spell focus. But I do also, and he kind of like goes into his robe, have this just in case, and he pulls out a component pouch. You never know. Always good to be prepared. But I could definitely bring you one if I have one to spare.
I would very much appreciate that. And also, don't you have a peculiar card?
Yeah, but I left that back at home. I was just here drinking, and then how long have I been here? And then he looks around, like looking around for Agnelli, realizing that she's no longer there. I actually don't know. What time is it right now?
It's in the late evening.
Around about 6.
Oh shit!
Now?
I missed curfew. I have to stay here now. Fuck. And he looks kind of mad at himself. Wait, no, I can teleport. I can teleport. I'll be fine. I think. Wait, how far is? And he starts thinking about it. Like he's like really thinking about it. Shit, it's not within 500 feet. Okay, maybe I'm stuck here.
You could just ignore curfew, and if someone catches you, you could teleport away.
Oh, you're right, invisibility. And he just like slaps his head. He's like, of course. I mean, the gods don't have the ability to see me.
Yeah, that's the beauty of being like us. Our magic allows us to bend the rules of reality and the rules of the city.
Don't let don't let any of the guards hear you say that. But I agree with you, small one.
He says, giving a cheeky smile. It's good to see you, and I hope to see you again. I intend on extorting some people for some good money so that I could buy some magical items from you.
Of course, I mean, I don't have a shop, but I could definitely, sell you things that I have to have collected.
Yeah, I'll just have to hold on to it till next time I see you.
Anyways, and he says, do you... And at this point, Ignelli begins to come back with a bunch of everybody's drinks, including the extra crack on her, brings it all to all of you, and sets it down in front of everyone, and including the keg. And he says, anyways, are you gonna be spending the night here? And Next looks a little like nervous. He's unsure of how to say this. He says, I'll probably make my way home. I'm pretty sure the cars won't stop me. And he does move over to the countertop where his drink is, takes a big swig. Nothing like a good I don't know what to call it. Hitoxian Russian. Hitoxian winter. Hitoxian winter. It's a really because Hitoxian because it's the region name. Hitoxian winter to really get the blood pumping. And he says, anyways, I bid you all good night. Take care. And then he begins to kind of like make his way out the building. And just before the door manages to close, you can immediately see him just kind of like from his toes up begin to kind of disappear with kind of almost like a predator cloaking, and he begins to walk off into the night.
Yeah.
And I just look at Foster and be like, for someone who doesn't know how to communicate, you are a terrible influence.
I reach over and thump him on the helmet. Rude.
What do you mean rude? And what do you mean I don't know how to communicate? I'm great at communicating.
You don't just stab people
Well, I didn't just stab him.
with a needle.
He
Yes,
found out what I did eventually,
he was partially inebriated.
It's just not
right?
socially polite.
We got
I
to work.
think what I did was completely justified because I didn't want him to be confused while I was trying to talk to him.
We really got to work on your social awareness.
Ugh. I belong underground. Give me a break.
Anyway, since the alcohol is here, thank you, Anneli.
Thank
Bottoms
you,
up.
By the way, Agnelli, how have you been?
I've been all right. I couldn't complain. Just this curfew has been killing business, and she kind of like motions to her now empty bar other than yourselves. No one wants to go out drinking because unfortunately by the time everyone's done with the day's labor, it don't have that much time to come in, drink, and then go home before unfortunately everything's in effect when it comes to the curfew.
Oh, then everyone should be definitely forthcoming with. Never mind.
Yeah, this does seem to put a bad
Foster
time to
just, like,
business.
Continued drinking quietly.
Well, hopefully that's about to change.
What do you mean?
Well, the good news is the orc raiders won't be coming to the village.
Oh, do you know why?
We took care of them.
Yeah.
Oh, all of you?
Yes.
All of them. Well, not all of them. Well, all of the ones that would have been a problem. I have their skull in my backpack, if you want to see
Oh
it.
my god.
No, I don't. That would be unsanitary. Please don't pull out the skull.
You
And
got
when
it.
she's half orc.
You don't feel like she was saying that for the sake of like she's gonna throw up or it's
Oh no.
something she doesn't want to see. It's just this might be a what was it? One of those violations if you pull out a
Yeah,
Health code violations.
health code
yeah,
violation.
the health code violation. Like, parts of corpses shouldn't be around where people consume food.
No
Ideally,
shit,
yeah.
No shit, Sherlock.
Like, but once again, underground.
Yeah, we need just a whole session where we just go back to everyone's backstories. Because I'm very curious to see, because I feel like Foster's backstory is gonna be like Moliere from Atlantis, like Disney Atlantis. We all learn about it, and then someone asks, "So what's Foster's story?" Then there's me. Trust me on this one. You don't want to know. But tell that.
You
Don't
don't
tell
wanna
him.
know.
You should have told me, and you did, and now I'm telling you. You don't want to know.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Vinny's my favorite. Vinny's my favorite easily.
Yeah, they need to make. I know they made a sequel to it too, but they really need to put some more respect on that movie. Honestly, that and Treasure Planet.
Yeah, Treasure Planet is the best.
Ugh. All right. So, as you drink amongst yourselves, and you mention this to her, she does kind of come up to you, Nutilda, as you guys, make small talk. She does say, considering what you've done and how my business might actually be making some money after all in the coming days, I just want to say, the drinks are on the house. The keg, not so much, but the rest of the drinks are on the house.
Put it on my tab.
Yeah, that is very lovely.
Foster turns to Matilda and gives her the double thumbs up before chugging the rest of his drink.
God damn it. A Capri Sun.
And mind you, that's just for tonight. She says this as you're like chugging down immediate drink, by the way. Foster.
Huh?
Is it savor what you got? Just see slowly drinking the whole
What the
thing.
fuck? Oh no, he's not drinking it from the keg. A whole kegerator.
Does a keg stand?
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Treasure Planet
Mamba.
is a fucking marvel of a movie.
Yes.
And I say, oh, that's so lovely. And of course, we'll pay for the kegs. We couldn't possibly abuse your hospitality.
So, it doesn't matter whose coin purse this comes out of, but essentially just 3 gold total for the keg.
Oh, yeah, sure. I did say I'd pay.
Alright. And with that,
Let's see.
Ignelli says, if you need anything else, I'm just gonna be over here organizing the rest of the bookshelves, since it's a quiet night tonight. And she makes her way over there. At this point, I'll say it's whatever you guys kind of want to do. You guys have I'll say 2 rooms that you guys could have access to in this establishment. It's just a question of when do your characters bed down.
Oh, I mean,
I wait
I'm
till
looking at enjoying myself.
I wait until Foster's drunk and then I cast restoration on him.
Nice.
Ah,
So
There goes
after
your
that, he slams his hand on the table and says, "Hey, girl, you got a great idea. I get to get drunk twice now."
And she can't help laughing at that.
And I just look at it as just like let me, it's like take it from someone who has an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. Don't.
Well, I mean, like after the water runs out, there's nothing but booze and vodka when you're living underground. So
The
How
first
do you-
step is admitting it, Nomad. Good job.
yeah.
How are you?
Not-
How are you not dehydrated? How are you not dehydrated?
It's a lot of
well, so
leopard juice.
when you're underground and you have to drink the ground, you often come across groundwater.
Then you have me, who's
God.
Yeah, I'm mental on this one. Oh my god.
then you
There's
have
a
me, who's
certain constitution.
then you have me, who's just been who has just trained his entire body not to, or rather just to process alcohol more efficiently.
Yeah.
I was about to say, he's done a terrible job then. I mean, he's incorporated it into his fighting styles. He was that good about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And if I
Yeah.
ever drink something with a parasite in it, lesser restoration,
The fuck?
it'll be alright.
Oh.
There's a parasite.
Yeah, when you're drinking unfiltered water, you gotta be prepared.
By the way, how's your
That's
apple
good to
juice,
know.
Dusk?
What?
How's your apple juice, Dusk?
Yeah, because he's like 14. I keep forgetting.
She's just conveniently forgetting every time. He's like, I'm gonna get you late. Remember, I'm 14. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah.
You're assuming that we
Everyone
wouldn't
just
drink
looks like they're really
alcohol.
small.
You're just
What?
assuming we wouldn't drink alcohol in, well, where I was before? No, that's...
I mean, he is in medieval ye olden times 14. So
basically,
what would
so
count as an
basically he
adult,
gets-
I guess?
So basically,
16.
I finished my cider.
So
I finished my
basically-
cider,
Yeah.
stand up and leave the building.
So basically,
I'm
he would
offended.
get his first. He would get his first beer. He would get his first beer at 12. Just be like, "Bleh."
So wait, I need to genuinely ask because you're the one stating it. But Dusk, are you actually leaving the building?
Yes!
Okay, cool. You slam your cider after you finish your hard cider, quote unquote hard, and you immediately just
Get a-
open the door and make your way out into the relatively cold area of the evening here in Mirzan.
I send Grimry with him.
Okay.
Great.
You have now a little animal companion following in your wake there, Dusk.
I make sure Grix gets a mug as well.
Yeah.
Oh, So he immediately begins. He's like, yes, and then he begins to fill up some with some of the keg that has been left over. He begins to fill up his cup.
Oh
Get
yeah.
delighted.
I know it might be hard to believe, but
He's one of us
he's actually an adult too.
It's a full-grown man who pays taxes. You're
He's
babying him.
He's
Oh,
just as
God.
short as
Pays
Nomad.
taxes, drinks booze, and smokes and votes.
We finished the mission. Oh, yes. Another mission well done. Pulls out a big stogie and just starts smoking it.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Where do you get it? And I'm like, where the hell did you get that from?
The only person who like looks actually like mid-tier older is Dusk, but like Foster, who's like short as shit, smoke like with big ass sunglasses and a cigar in his mouth.
Oh god.
So with Grimmery in tow and the rest of the party more or less just having a warm, gay old time back there, what are you gonna be up to? And I do mean the original meaning of gay, by the way. Happy. Remember what game?
Not the current
They're
day.
fucking-
I know.
All right, just in case anybody confuses me, and it's like, oh, that's rude, man. And I'm like, no, that's the original.
We're having a gay old time. We're butt fucking.
There will be no
Okay.
there will be no oddity in this house tonight.
So, Dusk, what are you up to? You're standing out here in the middle of the street. It's
Just
nice
so
and cold.
Just so I know, this is the imp version or the bird version or the invisible version.
Empty. He's at the moment, unless you tell. Well, I mean, you haven't really spoken to it to be invisible, so I assumed it was visible. If that's all right, there.
No, he's visible. I'm respecting your privacy by making him visible, but I'm also not respecting your privacy by sending him with you.
Clearly,
Asserting your asserting your authority as his parent by sending him anyways.
His guardian, yeah.
Oh,
I will
God.
look back at the follower and I'll say, I'm not going far. Just you can go back to your.
Like
Uh,
she's got the child tracker mode on your phone.
Really
You
don't
got the
need it.
baby monitor.
Grimmery, upon when you turn around to start talking to Grimmery starts to kind of put her little 3-clawed hand on your leg, and she kind of like tugs.
Suit yourself. And how tall is this building again?
It's about, if you're asking for like genuine general height, I would say it's a 2-story building, so probably like, just for the sake of this, probably 100 feet.
2-story, it's fine. Okay, I meant my way to the roof.
Not bad.
Oh, okay. You're gonna climb your way up to the roof.
Oh
All
my
right.
god, you're really sweaty.
Okay. Before you do that, though, as you begin to kind of like move your feet towards the direction of the building, you do feel Grimmery beginning to climb up your leg and onto your tip, and she seems to be making her
We
way.
gotta go back.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't have to.
Oh, what?
I'll pinch you.
I'll teach him how to mute his mic.
That's
When
really
he's-
easy.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I was on the front porch.
No
Figured
worries.
as much.
This bitch wouldn't let me go.
What?
It's not nice. That FedEx driver did nothing wrong to you.
Yeah, that's how you were talking to your mama.
Now being hug assaulted by fucking FedEx driver.
So wait, did I get it right?
No,
Apparently.
it's not. It was my friend who was helping me move.
Ah, okay.
these people.
I'll just say, Psychic. Add that to my character sheet.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Sorry, you were
Yeah,
saying?
Yeah, Grimry is making their way up to your shoulder.
Taking its speed
That's
down.
fine. That's fine. Get up to the roof and I'll lay out my bedroll and I'll be spending the night up there under the stars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's relatively easy. You do gather your things and you make your way climbing up the side of the roof. I'll say with your strength score alone, like you'll be fine. I'm not gonna force you to roll or anything. But you do make your way up and you do lay out your bedroll out onto the rooftop. There does appear to be. You have to look for it, but you do manage to find a relatively clean area that maybe needs a little bit of tidying because there is unfortunately bird poop here and there because roof.
Oh no.
But you do manage to find.
You do know the conditions I was living in before this, okay? This is a hotel.
This is out.
I'm just giving you a
It's
heads
even
up.
more
You
depressing.
find a
That
tiny
sounds so
spot,
bad.
lay down your bedroll, extend it out nice and fluffed out, and I mean you lay down and you can definitely see quite a bit. It's a very starry night. There's a crescent moon out, and in the relative quiet and peace of the evening, despite it being cold, you feel fine, at peace.
I will stare off until I pass out.
The roofs? You're gonna pass out on a roof.
Yes, that's where I'll be spending the night. You got a problem with that?
On the roof.
I mean, are you like a bird or something?
Well, I mean, he seems to be interested in the afterlife goddess, and there seems to be a lot of other crows following him in some instances. So, unless you count Grim, and if you also count
Kind of like
Grimry,
Batman. Gotcha.
yeah.
So, over the after about like 10 minutes, it's just you just laying down on the roof. Grimry kind of seeing this, kind of understanding for the most part what you're probably gonna be up to, or at least that you're just trying to rest and relax down here. Grimry does eventually kind of curl up on your stomach. She's not heavy, so it's not an uncomfortable pressure, but she is there unless you want to shoo her away.
Nah. I'm chill like that.
He's angsty. He's not a monster.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So for the rest of you,
Aw.
you guys continue your party, but you see that relatively speaking, he doesn't come back over the
Yeah.
course of an hour or two. Up to you guys if you worry about Dusk or not, but it is getting
To
late.
do, but like Zerulia has a
mean,
link with Grimry, so she would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they got into trouble, Grimry would let them know.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
mean well, yeah. I'm just making sure because for all I know, she might not be checking on purpose, like to give them privacy.
Yeah.
Or not. You never know. But if Zerulia does, she'll at any point in time when you guys start worrying, Zerulia does link up with Grimry mentally, and you usually can tell Grimry's really close by and starts communicating with you, pretty much telling you we're on the roof.
Ah,
Nope, they're on the roof.
is he all right?
They know what they're doing there.
Dusk is just being a little bit of a nerd.
Ah.
Now that the party's not watching me after 3 hours, I make my way to the jewelry store.
Yeah! Yeah! Fuck this place! Yeah!
No, I'll stay there for the rest.
Right.
Alright. So, because it's already like 2 o'clock, and I do want to say, I'm happy to leave it off on you guys, celebrate your victory,
It's a high note.
enjoy a few drinks, and it's a high note. And then
Yes.
we'll pick this game up, back up in the morning for the next day, and I mean, the world will be your oyster, and I think I mentioned it before, but technically there might not be any need for adventuring done or call to adventure, So you might have a few days or maybe even weeks of downtime ahead of you. So definitely think about what would your character do on a relatively day off or a slow week. Or, essentially just think about what you guys would do here in town.
Can you, as the DM, keep track? Because I want to know when 2 years have passed.
Oh, you won't have that much. Yeah, I can keep track, but not that much time will pass by. I'll say that right now.
I'm just saying.
Why?
It all
What do
adds
you-
up.
Why? Is there something gonna happen in 2 years that we don't know
Smash
about?
cut. Smash cut 2 years later. Dusk has a beard,
Yeah,
several
Dusk-
battle scars.
Yeah. Dusk.
Old man
Dusk is
Kratos
a
looking
man.
motherfucker.
15 years old, so
He's
he's
a mad
officially a
man.
knight.
Yeah, you just see me. You just see Arvad with the long mass wushu beard. Just pulls it up and just
I look
flaps it when he's
exactly the
fighting.
same.
Foster
Just need
hasn't
to
aged
like
a
set
bit.
him up with a girlfriend.
The,
Oh, God.
Dusk, he still has the baby face, but he has like a full grizzled, like gray
Absolute.
beard.
Yeah, absolute Chad beard.
You're not getting out of this.
Who?
What do you mean here?
Getting out of what? What do you
What do
be
you think
getting
I
out of?
mean?
What do you think?
Dusk, of course. He's not getting out of this.
Man, I'm sad. I think I'm gonna
I
have to
want it
cancel
to
my
hand.
stream today.
Oh, you're gonna have to cancel?
Yeah, I think I'm canceling my stream for the day because unfortunately I have work to go to.
And I haven't finished moving. I have to get out of here right away.
Yeah, good luck with that,
Okay.
boss.
All right. Well,
Thank you. I'm almost done. Like this whole time, I've just been putting stuff into my car.
Yeah. Wait, where are you moving to, anyways? Like, what if you don't mind?
I'm moving across town.
oh, okay. So,
Yeah, I'm just moving in with my brother because, like, as everyone already knows, me and my brother have our own marketing company. So we're moving in together so that we can both save on rent and put more money into the business. And with the whole intention of getting rich.
good.
That's smart.
Get
Just
your.
don't forget us, the small people, when you become rich, okay?
Oh, don't worry, I'm bringing all of you with me.
Oh,
Awesome.
nice.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody's gonna get a piece in some way, shape, or form.
I can't wait
Unlike
for that
you.
high Chris high five.
Unlike you, my main goal is to blow up. And
Yeah.
I don't know nobody.
No, see, that's you. My goal is, I just want the humble goal.
That's Foster's goal. He just wants to blow up.
Figuratively or literally.
Yes, he. Check this.
Oh God.
Oh,
The
no.
main goal is to blow up.
and he just doesn't finish the rest of the quote.
If I ever become rich, I intend to blow all my money on just like crazy endeavors that have no real purpose. You guys are familiar with the Winchester House, right?
You're gonna buy the Winchester house.
Just that, I would be down to buy the Winchester House. Actually, never mind. You see, pointless expenditures like that—that's what I would be doing with all my money, and then go immediately bankrupt.
Like Peter
No, see,
Griffin?
unlike the rest, unlike you hooligans, if I got that kind of money, one would be built in a business that would make me more money, another one would be invested in good stocks, and the rest will be saved on a rainy day. And then if I have some change left over, I'll build a bat cave.
So what I heard was you invest in Blockbuster. Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm trying to be. If it's not Bruce Wayne, at the very least, if I make really good money, I could be like T'Challa. Just be the actual life Black Panther.
Seth, do you take me for an absolute idiot? I wouldn't invest in Blockbuster. Toys R Us. Duh. Come on, man.
Actually, you want to know something funny?
What's up?
Just because of statistics, somebody actually invested in cat food and wine. And the reason he did that is because, yes, apparently there's going to be a lot of single ladies. And the stocks actually reveal that, and I'm like, that's cruel, man.
That is one hell of a foresight.
That's
I mean-
cruel. Takes notes vigorously.
I mean, hey, I respect the financial awareness, but damn, it's like
I just want to, because Mama Mad likes money. You all know me. I make no secret of this.
oh, believe me,
But
we
I just
know.
want to employ people in, like, better humanity. I know that's a bitch thing to say. But I
not-
want to go to the stars. I want to have, like advanced prosthetics and stuff. I want to help people. I want to build factories that build themselves.
So
I wanna,
basically,
you
you
know,
want. So basically, you want to build the future with advanced nanotech.
Thank you, Hex. Oh, if
Making it
nanotech's
rain
the answer,
pennies.
then sure.
I'd support that.
Hey, as long as I can get at the bleeding edge Iron Man suit, I'm all for it. Or Black
Why
Panther habit suit.
Yeah,
So
why not?
I'm just gonna come out and say it. I'm just gonna have to murder Madeline. Like right now.
Why?
Wow.
Oh,
For what was just stated, self-building factories. I've heard Skynet. Okay, I've seen the movie.
Oh yeah, just Seth.
I can't let you do that.
thank you, Arvad.
Seth is just you just see Seth
Look,
like
hold on.
you
Before
just-
you murder her, here's what we need to do. Like
God.
my brother, who's also autistic and like really smart, almost too smart for their own good. You gotta be her anchor, to keep her rooted in reality. Because sometimes my brother or my brother's other rich like clients will say just like the most out of touch, fucked up shit. Where one of the dudes were talking, like he had mentioned that there were women who didn't lactate enough to feed their babies, and there were women who overproduce, and would sell that milk to other mothers. And his business partner was like, "Hey, why doesn't someone just commercialize that?" And
We're not making an app for that.
No.
That's not an app we're making.
just no.
Now hold on.
Now hold on a minute.
I need to explain to you what you're talking about.
I will tell you now that system's just going to be abused by adult men pretending
Yes.
that they have children.
Yes, I can
Homelanders
see some.
everywhere.
Yes, we
Oh
already have
my
enough.
God.
We already have enough men with mommy cakes. We don't need to exacerbate the problem, please.
I'm buying
Well-
all of the milk, and I want the picture of the fat pity mommy on the jug. It doesn't even need to be real.
Again, no.
We almost went through an entire D&D session without getting disgusting, and we got
Without talking about
Right at the
breastfeeding,
end.
yeah. No, then furiously writes down business ideas.
We were this close to greatness.
We were. I'm just.
you know those signs where it's normally says day since last accident. Day
Yeah,
since your
that's
last
accurate.
roast. We were erasing that to 0 now.
Hang on,
Actually, you know
hang
what?
on.
Actually,
We're
you know what?
forgetting
Let me.
that Seth wanted to do this for like the longest time, but then with Snake Ladies,
Oh,
when was
God.
this? What are you talking about?
he wanted to milk their poison and their booba.
See, this
then
is just
sell
what I'm
it.
talking. See, this is what I'm talking about. Just spreading misinformation, fake
See,
news
this
about
is
me to
actually what you
the
wanted to
general
do,
masses.
though.
Okay, now I'm just. You know what I'm just thinking about now with all this. And going back to
About
what Heck.
snake lady titties.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
it.
my
Anyway.
God.
Going back to what Hex just said about days without incidents,
No.
I'm now just thinking about this meme. I'm now just thinking about this meme right now, where it's just like days without incident, but instead of incidents, it's nonsense.
Some days without nonsense.
Yes, it's in the lore. It's in the lore section.
Oh.
First off, I've played with you guys for the last few weeks, and Days Without Nonsense has not. We haven't gotten past an entire week at all. Like I know you
that's
guys.
why
love
I
it.
said 0.
Yeah, so that stays at 0 all the time. There's no way we
My
adjust that.
God.
Ah,
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
there's
Oh.
never a dull moment, is there?
Never.
Nope.
I think we're gonna call it here.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys
Um,
want to see the bed that I'm gonna get for my
What
new
is it?
place?
Oh, is it a king size?
No, it's a full size, and it's this. I'm gonna drop it in the whatchamacallit.
The
the
question is,
general
can
channel.
Mama fit in it?
No, I don't think any bed other sides of California king would fit.
Oh, this is nice
The
actually.
suckers at California cake.
They're
It's
making
like-
huge.
It's a big ass bed.
King size, but bigger.
I want
okay.
the logical next step is emperor size bed.
Yeah.
I thought
Oh,
you want the next step after that.
Galactic Federation bed.
Superior overlord of the entire multiverse.
Bed.
oh.
I want 2 of those.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wait, where is the picture?
Fill a whole mansion with it. I
Oh, it's
put
actually-
it inside of General.
Marak's
In
loft
Mad
full
Marshes.
size with gaming desk.
Side is oh. Oh,
yeah, it's actually really nice.
I always did like
oh, it's
bed
like a
frames
bunk
that.
bed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
I-
it's loft bed. I got one of those and I have one. I hate it because it's made of metal. But I will never
honey?
ever go back to sleeping in a normal bed.
Honey, how
Unders-
tall are you? Because this looks like a kid-sized
I-
bed.
It is not. It is for teens, and it's a full size, so it will fit me,
Okay.
but just barely.
Jeez.
I will not have a lot of room, but I will have enough room.
Okay.
I do like saving space like that. I've always liked the idea of building up in 3 dimensions, and I personally would
Right.
appreciate that. I'm not sure if my wife would, but I would appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no, it's like because these are technically, like the one that I got was definitely for like kids because its weight limit was 400 pounds. This one, like it's the same thing, but it's built bigger for the next side bed because the one that I had was a twin, and I just barely fit up there with my cats. This full will be like a lot better, but I'm like, I can fit up there just fine if it's a full.
Hmm, okay.
I just, I can't go back to sleeping in normal beds.
Ah,
Oh,
actually, you just
well-
you just reminded me. I need to go look. I actually need to look for a new table because my current desk is just one earthquake away from falling to pieces.
Jesus Christ.
One orc
Yeah,
lady
it's
away
a-
from falling to pieces.
oh, well,
Yeah, it's we've had this for like 7 years. It's time for a new desk.
All right, well, I'm gonna jump
Oh.
out of here and finish moving.
yeah.
Yeah, look, have fun.
Here.
All
I
right,
think we're
bro.
gonna
see
end
ya.
the stream
Bye.
here. Because I don't think we'll have enough time or players to play Dead by Daylight.
Or are you
to
scared?
North.
If I
You want to
were
play?
Sure, huh? I got
Play
nothing
or
to do.
not? You really?
Um,
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
I'll join you
Being
guys after the
antagonistic.
fact, but I do have to do some chores and get something to eat for myself, so I'll check
I
you
have,
guys
like,
later.
half
Go
an
ahead and
hour.
do it. Oh, yeah, I'm probably not gonna be in that time then. Alright, have fun, guys.
All right, see ya.
I mean, Seth
Yeah.
will probably still be
Okay.
playing.
Yeah.
True.
If it's not a
Change some
full
tags
party, then
around.
there's no point.
Yeah.
No, I
I'm-
want to
I'm-
try out the vampire thing.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be off of the call for now. Off of the call. I'll probably still be on streams watching you guys, because there is another call I need to be in. So I will chat with you all later, if not on stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah. Open lobby. Of course, Shadow.
all right, peace.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
I'm
Talk
just
to you
gonna
guys later.
be
Yeah.
safe.
Bye. I love you.
Oh, you too. Bye.
Love
Love you
too.
guys too. I'm gonna quickly restart the stream because it makes it easier for Seth to edit.
Mm.
And I'll see you guys in.
He's pulling his
5
cock
seconds. Oh my god, every time.
I love you, Mama. Bye.
I love you too, sweetie.
I love you too, son.
I love you too, Hex.
Yeah, love you, buddy. Later.
I can tolerate you
Do you kill?
for 5 minutes.
No.
I'm
What?
sick.
Yeah.
Alright, anyways, like I said, I got stuff to do. I'll leave you guys to it. I will be